Happy Gravy Day, everybody. Happy Gravy Day. It's Past Gravy, episode 485 with Alex, Pat, and Robert. And we have a nice, fun-filled episode of Gravy for you guys this week. Let's start off just jumping right into things. Emma was making fun of me because she only hears like my side of the podcast, and she's like, you always said just jump right into it, so now I'm intentionally just going to say jump right into it every single time. But we're jumping right into today's podcast, the Precome segment. I had one I wanted to start us off with because I'm in a group text and somebody just replied to somebody was like, hey, here's that thing you asked for, and somebody said TY as their reply for thank you, and I was like, that is fucking absolutely disrespectful, because if you meant thank you, you would have typed out thank you, right? Like, it's like if somebody did something or sent you something, like, hey, will you send me that picture of this? Here's this picture of that. Just say thank you, man. It's not that difficult. TY, fucking half-ass.
You're such a product of this generation, bro. Just always looking for something to be offended by.
I'm not offended by it, but it's just like, fuck you, dude.
Just live your life, dude.
Last time I look for a picture for you, if like they didn't send it to me, but I was like, if I was that guy, I've never sent them a picture again.
Hey, guess what? I send TY all the time, bitch.
I hate that. You send K a bunch too, don't you?
Actually, no. I don't respond with okay.
K is some bullshit. Yeah, okay. It's literally one letter more.
Actually, you know what I send more than anything? C.
SI.
I don't know why.
That's very cultured. Why. So
maybe I'm appropriating somebody else's culture, but
I don't think so.
Answer with Mexican yes or Spanish.
You're trying to interact.
I should say. Not Mexican, yes, Spanish yes. I think it's partially just like, you know, I've worked in a restaurant for 9 years, and that's how I answer the kitchen guys all the time. And also, it's my brother started doing it years ago, and it just kind of fucking stuck with me too.
K bothers me more than TY.
I get that, because like K, like if you send me K, I just am not responding. I'm like, that is end of transaction. That's me. And even though like that may be why you're saying K, because you're like, I'm done with this conversation. Like, I will never respond to you, and then I will try as long as I can to not text back the next time I need you to.
I think that's more just like a product of internet memes and shit, of just like girls when they say everything's fine and just like K. You know, sometimes K just means okay.
K is like already the hot take one, because like people already are like mad about K, but like TY is something that like is very new to me. Like, I mean, I've known that like people abbreviate thank you as TY, but it's like very rarely have I seen that out in the wild. And it was just like, dude, come on, you're not really that thankful or appreciative, or else you would have just typed thank you. But like K,
you're just like, all right, TY. Okay.
Sometimes the thing that pisses me about K sometimes is when you get K period. It's like you typed in as many buttons, you hit as many things. Just say okay.
I dare you to put this take on Facebook and watch all the old people just rip apart our generation for being soft. I dare you.
No, because I think they
look at the millennial, all angered about people saying things to him in a way that doesn't make him happy. Oh, we. Oh, I wish I had.
Who are you trying to be there?
I don't know, old cranky guy on Facebook. I wish I had time to be offended by words, but I got to get to my job and provide for my family. Or as Brian Kelly says, my family. Or however the fuck he tried to have a Southern accent when he got to LSU.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? It's better than them just not replying. Like, hey,
it is too,
I sent you this picture, and then they just don't respond. Or they're like, TY, thank you.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me. It seems like it doesn't take that much longer. Because like I feel like back in the day when you had to type like when like JKL was on like the same button, and you had to be like that made sense to abbreviate like BRB and stuff like that. But like now it's like it autocorrects anyways. Most of the time it's just easier to spell out everything, isn't it?
I just texted both of you, TYK. Just so you can see it later and get pissed off.
We'll remove him from the group, Robert.
Yeah. I'll block him.
Do it. Do it.
I blocked some people this weekend on Twitter. And
I
then I blocked a lot of them No, it felt better unblocking them and just muting them, because muting is my favorite, because then it means like you don't know that I don't see your tweets, so you're just wasting your time on it. And then I was like, no, because it's funnier, because then people are like, look, this pussy blocked me. What, you can't handle it? It's like, no, I just don't want to see your garbage, bro. I just don't want to see it. But if you mute it, then it's like all your shit. I'm like, I can't see it. Doesn't bother me. You're doing this into a void. That's a little hack for you. Just mute people.
I just don't follow anyone I don't want to hear. And the people that I don't really care about hearing, it's so like buried in my shit.
Yeah, but sometimes like people that I don't follow will like respond to shit that I say, or they'll tweet
like a
at
public
me.
Figure.
Dude, so you're on a podcast, bro. It has thousands of people listen to it every week.
Yeah, people don't talk to me that much. I kind of got that personality where like, oh, that guy, don't talk to that guy.
Good thing. Let's just say it's a good thing I'm not the class police, all right? Because if I was the class police, I would have been having a field day.
I'm at the point where I, like on Facebook specifically, I'm muting people for 30 days.
Oh, it's my favorite.
I completely forget. And then like on the 31st day, they pop up like, what the heck? Oh yeah, they're still here. Time to re-mute you.
Oh, cool. I have this guy that like I do that with like literally like every month. And he'll go to like some event, but he posts like if I go to an event, I'm like, oh, went to the Rod Ryan Show golf tournament, which we had a great time with the Gravy Gang. Shout out to Brett Brandon and everybody else that hung out with us. But like, take a picture of the guys on the golf course. Like, hey, had a great time at the golf tournament. Like, you post a picture. This guy will go to like, if he went to the golf tournament, he would have posted 87 photos to Facebook. Like, I get if you take a lot of pictures, but it's like, that's a lot. Like 65 photos for any event that you go to. That's too many. So I'll just be like, and snooze for 30 days. And then 30 more days later, I'm like, oh, you went to a Texans game. I see, because you took 4,000 photos that you posted all to Facebook. Snooze.
So like, I'm so out of the loop on Facebook. Like I've been bad at Facebook for years.
But it's easy to forget about that button sometimes.
Yeah, like, so I just pulled mine up because I was like, I don't care. Like, my Twitter feed it's toxic and it's comedy and all this shit that I like. And then Instagram, it's just like all comedy for me. And like Facebook, it's just so like, I just pulled it up. My first two things are a Bro Bible article, which haven't read that. And I can't tell you how many years since I've been on anything Bro Bible. And my second one is just Domino's Pizza. And it's not a sponsored ad. At some point in the past, I just liked Domino's Pizza on Facebook. And then ABC 13. I consume nothing from any of those things. I don't know why. And they're still like, so every time I do occasionally pull up Facebook, it'll be like, that comes up and I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I'm not on Facebook. And I just switch over to Twitter. It's just that and old people arguing. And then just people from your high school, you're like, oh, maybe I do want to see it. And they're just like, my family did. And you're like, ugh, gross. And you just like leave. I don't give a fuck about your three kids. I'm
out. All right. Yeah.
Oh, you've got a loving family. Good for you.
You live in Indiana now. Cool. Unfriend. I use birthdays a lot as like markers to like unfriend people. Like, am I going to say happy birthday to this person? Probably not. Unfriend.
That's the one thing I still use Facebook for, is like literally once a month. I'll be, I should check for birthdays. And then like, I'll load it up. I'll be like, I don't care about those people. I'm not saying happy birthday. Oh, in 3 days, there's somebody that I might send one to, and then I just forget for another month.
I always like to play the old, you see it on Facebook, so you text it first, and then you wait, and then like later on, if you get on Facebook, then you Facebook it to them. So it's like, see, I remember it on my own. I didn't see it on Facebook. But there's this lady that watches soccer with like my watch group sometimes, and she was like, oh, you didn't say anything to me on my birthday. I was like, am I not friends with you on Facebook? And she was like, I don't have a Facebook. I was like, well, then I'm not at fault for that.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. Like, if you told me, hey, my birthday is next week, that is like that. Okay, hand up, that would be on me. But I was like, I don't just meet people and then write their birthdays down. I don't do that. That's not on me. Happy belated birthday. I hope you had a great time. But it's like, if you don't have a Facebook with your birthday on it, like that's how I determine whose birthday it is. That's how I know if it's Pat's birthday.
Yeah, I mean, I famously don't know any, like
Pat's birthday.
Almost any of my family's birthdays. I'm not going to know random people. And also, that's like, if it's Facebook, I'll see it. I'm big on, if I'm going to wish you happy birthday, I'll text it to you. So I'll see it. Like, if I don't have your number, or we're not like texting friends, I'm just not going to wish you happy birthday. Like even on Facebook, I won't take the 5 seconds. I don't care. I'm like, oh, it's their birthday. Oh, I'll text them happy birthday. But I'm not just going to be one of 500 happy birthdays that show up on their Facebook feed from people they haven't seen in 7 years.
Thank y'all for all the birthday wishes. Y'all sure know how to make a girl feel special.
I kind of want to this year though. Like, can I just start a fundraiser that just like, you know how people be like, instead of doing something for my birthday, like give to the Houston Children's Fund, and they'll have that little thing. Can I just be like, who wants to send me money for my birthday and like start my own?
Just like it's Pat's Wallet Foundation. It goes, all the money goes to your wallet.
Like, will Facebook shut that down? But if I'm like upfront about it, like, hey guys, this money's straight up just going to go right to me. I think all these fundraisers are a fucking joke, so I'm making one as a joke. Give me money. Like, could I do that?
I think Facebook frowns upon that probably.
But like, I'm honest.
But also like, I'm not donating to your fundraiser, no matter what it is.
Yeah, no. But like, I think somebody would, and I'd probably be able to at least get like a bottle.
They do, and it's always like something like kind-hearted, like muscular dystrophy. I'm like, I'm nothing against anybody with muscular dystrophy, but just because it's Jeff's birthday, I am not just shelling out money to a charity. Right now.
Also, I kind of feel like it'd be a sneaky way for like, because I said this year, I was like, oh, 32 is the year where none of your family sends you money anymore. Cool. If I put it on Facebook, maybe some of my cousins and aunts and uncles would just be like, oh yeah, it's Pat's birthday. Okay, let's send him $20 on there.
Do it with
to his fake fundraiser.
With your Venmo. Like, Venmo me this. Be one of those guys.
That still feels a little tacky. Like if I can make a joke out of it, like it's a fake fundraiser, but I just want money.
No, but do it like it's teehee. If anybody wants to leave me any birthday presents, here's your Venmo, guys. And it's like in jest, but then somebody will probably be like, here you go.
And actually, I don't know what I'm complaining about. I'm not too proud to be tacky for free money. I don't give a shit.
Because like I make fun of sometimes like when like bachelorettes will do that, or bachelorette parties, they'll be like, buy the bride a drink. But like I've been like drunk before and be like, hey, you know what? Here.
Actually,
here's
I feel like
$10.
We should
happy
both
bachelorette party.
Especially you, because you like to spend money on dumb shit, but like it's never that expensive of shit. We should just start Amazon wish. You do. You buy dumb shit. But like if we were to just put them on our Amazon wish list and like tag that to our profile, maybe somebody else would spend the $9.95 on dumb shit for us.
I've been trying to get Tessa from the morning show to just have like an Amazon wish list that like she just lets me put stuff I want on. So it's like, and you got another Xbox. Like, because then dudes will buy, like horny dudes will buy it from her.
Mm-hmm.
So if any Gravy Gang females, not to be sexist, but if any females listening to this would like to do an Amazon wish list, we will promote the fuck out of it. But hey, just help this girl out. But like all the stuff on it is like, just like ideally any female teachers that are listening to us, like put a bunch of like school supplies, but then like we'll also sprinkle in like an Xbox.
We do know a teacher.
Chair. We do.
Allison.
A couple teachers.
We could get Allison. I meant fellow host teacher.
Allison is like Allison from Past Great Bro. We love Allison. She's awesome. I think her heart is too kind to do that to other people. If you're corruptible and a teacher and a female, hit us up and we'd love to help you stock your class and
help us
add to an Amazon wish list. Because it's like we're not saying you have to buy these things, but it's like crayons. You know, like scissors for the kids.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, because I don't want to pay for that.
Well, you know what? She probably needs to relax when she's off. Boom. And obviously anything that you would like to throw on your own list as well, but then just a couple of like wants that we have.
Actually, I think that would be hilarious for like, because I think teachers have those and like parents can buy it. If I would throw like a bottle of wild turkey in the middle of like all my school supplies things too, so parents would be like, all right, this is the cool teacher. She's like, okay, well, we need all this shit for the kids, but also your kids are going to make me drink. And I think parents would appreciate that honesty. But yeah, they make me drink too.
Do you think we could get Sam to do it?
No, I think she would be just like Allison. Like she would be like,
she's too kind of. We should just say bowls. Like people know that you have a scarcity of bowls. Actually, you don't have a scarcity of bowls now that I'm looking at them. Shout out to Raymundo Benavidez, the I Love You Man road recipient. He may win back-to-back I Love You Mans at the Gravies this year. At the golf tournament, he was like, hey, I actually have something for Robert. And I was like, oh, cool. What do you got for him? He unzipped his bag. And how many of these? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bowls he has now for you. You went from 2 bowls in your entire home to 14 now. With Raimundo's donation. So that's basically like a real life wish list that you just
and I don't know. I don't know if you noticed that, Robert, on some of those
2
bowls
spoons too.
Well, isn't one of those a ladle?
Oh yeah, a ladle, which is also a spoon. But
yeah. But on some of those bowls, Robert, they're specifically made for cereal, so they've got a built-in straw that goes to the bottom, so you can slurp the milk at the end.
So you got a cup and a bowl.
Real classy shit,
dude. You stepped up your bowl game so good. But shout out to Raimundo. But like that's basically like what we're saying. Like we got 12 bowls just by throwing that out there a couple of weeks ago. Imagine what you and us could accomplish with an Amazon wish list that we can just tweet out at all times. Something to think about. Any teachers? We're trying to help the teachers. You know, my mom was a teacher. We're just trying to help out other molders of children, you know, molders of children's young minds.
And I'm trying to get some Xbox games.
And ideally get Modern Warfare 2.
Because I don't want to pay for that shit.
It's very expensive. I almost pre-ordered it yesterday.
Don't pre-order. See, I say that, and I did pre-order the new Batman game, which I'll get into in a minute. But maybe if you pre-order like the week of, that's not bad. Don't be the guy that pre-orders months in advance, because then you're part of the problem of the video game industry. Like, oh, I'm just going to give you my money months ahead of time, and then you're just going to release an unfinished game like everybody does now, and you don't give a shit because you already got paid. Don't be pre-order guys.
But sometimes you get cool stuff.
It's never anything good. It's like cosmetic bullshit. Like, you know what I got?
Oh, but I got this cool skin, dude.
You know what I got for pre-ordering the Batman game? And like I said, it was a week ahead, and I love the Batman game, so I don't give a fuck.
Bat signal? Probably tight.
No, I got an alternate Bat cycle, like the motorcycle. I don't even use that skin. I like the just generic one even better.
But what if you did use that one? Think how cool you'd feel.
I almost did switch to it last night.
Yeah.
Because it kind of looks more like an old school motorcycle. But like, yeah, don't week of pre-order. Okay. When all the reviews have already come out, you know what you're getting. Don't be months ahead pre-order guy. Don't do that.
I didn't do that.
Yeah. Good.
That's what we have wish lists for. But so that's really, let's start with K and thank you. Their TY are kind of rude. What else did I have? I was at an event, no big deal. Was just giving out some ALCS tickets last week. I'll be doing that this weekend. If anybody wants to come hang out with me at Edo at Big City Wings, I may or may not have World Series tickets to give out on Friday and Saturday night. But I was hanging out at my event, and somebody pointed out that this car out in the parking lot looked like somebody had keyed the shit out of it, and it was like you could tell that they had gone all the way down the side and then circled back. And he was like, that's how you can tell it's the next. I actually had my car keyed before and had to call the insurance. And they were like, well, we know what we can kind of tell just from like our history of like when it's like an X, when it's just a random occurrence. They're like, an X will come back around. When it's just somebody just doing it because they're walking around keying cars, it's just the straight line. And they were like, when it's an X, it's in shapes, it zigs and zags, they come back around. And I was like, that probably was an X because it does have 2 separate patterns right there. But I also realized that everybody has keyless keys now. Like I don't, but like a lot of people have those like keyless like entry things now. So it's just like you put like my brother's car, he just got his thing in his pocket and you hit the button and push the pedal down. We're going to get like keying cars is going to be a thing of the past.
Nope. No.
You don't think so?
No, because, well, one, you're talking so far in the future because not only are people going to, they have those, but people are still going to be driving cars with keys for a long time. Like my car is still, it's fucking new. It has a key. It's one of those ones that flips out of the thing, still a key on it. Then you also have to think about, yeah, I know I play with it all the time. Eventually I'm going to break it. I'm going to be pissed off. You have to also think that then people also have their house keys, work keys, And even in the time when,
but those are all going to become digital. I bet.
Even so, you don't need a key to key somebody's car. It just has to be like a sharp thing. So it's going to turn into one of those things where it's like it's called keying a car, and in 150 years, people are going to be like, "Why is it called keying a car? You're scratching it." It's going to be one of those terms that people don't even know. Kind of like the save button on a computer is a floppy disk. Kids these days don't know what the fuck a floppy disk is, but that's still the symbol for the save. Yeah. That's what keying is going to be. It's going to be like, oh, they got their car keyed, and someone's going to be like, "Why is it called that? Nobody uses keys."
Some podcast years from now.
Yeah, put this segment in the Library of Congress so Robert, people will remember.
Will you submit clip this and just tweet it to @POTUS?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
I think we're really helping them out with things right now.
And Pelosi and McConnell, you got to hit all the leaders.
Eventually, just like go look at what Robert's tweeted to @POTUS, and it's just going to be a bunch of random reminders and be like, Robert, make sure you send this to the president. He needs eyes on these.
What do they call the head librarian at the Library of Congress? Are you like the most powerful librarian in the world at that point?
I would imagine.
Like, are you I wonder what that person makes, dude. Like, it's got to be at least $200K, right? At least.
Probably a pretty good amount of money, I would imagine. How many shushes do you think happen in the Library of Congress on like a yearly basis?
Well, Carla Hayden is the current.
Sounds rich.
It was sworn in as the 14th Librarian of Congress on September 14th, 2006.
Yeah, you got to make bank if there's only been 14 of them, you know?
I mean, how long is it? Maybe they haven't always had a head librarian, but it could be. I mean, the Steelers have only had like 4 coaches in their history.
In the Super Bowl era.
Yeah, like it's so like I guess if people would probably just hold the job for like 60 years.
Yeah, it's probably paying well. That's why they're like, I'm not going to give this bad boy up. But going back to keying cars being a thing of the past, maybe like I think that people only key cars because like that's just what you got on you, and if like what you have on you eventually is just like plastic shit, I don't think that keying cars is going to become like a thing. What?
So first of all, this still says Deputy Librarian of Congress, but the salary is $203,700. I fucking nailed that one.
To organize books.
I mean, and it's not just books. They got all types of shit in the Library of Congress. They got like the president's book too that you got to protect from Nicolas Cage. Like it could be a dicey job now that you think about
important. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. They probably know where all like the secret buttons are in the library that like open up the hidden chambers and stuff.
So like they've got a whole bunch of them. The average salary of librarians of Congress is $81,000. All the way, so like it goes down from like 15,000 all the way up to the head person gets $200,000 a year. That's pretty fucking sick.
That's pretty dope. It's pretty dope for working.
I want to be a fucking I was about to say I want to be a librarian, but also like, do I?
You'd be the worst librarian because you'd be way louder than anybody else that could be.
Or I would just constantly like wander through there, not helping people and avoiding people. And it's quiet, so like people wouldn't want to talk to me. Maybe this would be the perfect job for me. I just listen to fucking podcasts. Well, I'd still have my own office. It's not like I'm just hanging out in the library. I'd have an office in the back for when I wanted to, watch sports in the middle of the day.
I would just sit in like a smoking jacket and smoke pipes all day.
I would also take my job personally as like a bouncer. Like you see homeless dudes walk in towards the computer. It's like, no jacking off today. Get out of here.
No, out of here. I saw you here last week. Yeah, sign in up front.
Dirty Mike and the boys trying to fucking come in and jerk off all over the library.
Yeah.
Not on my watch.
Not then. Not now.
Librarian security guard. Now that's a job I could do.
The library guard.
Just whisper, yell at people. Hey, stop it. No.
You should make a movie and it's just like it's night librarian it's library security and it's just like night at the museum, but you're at a library.
Hold on. So how do we flesh this out into a movie Hollywood would make? So the security guard also has
get Ben Stiller. Get Ben Stiller and be like, do Night at the Museum, but at a library. Done.
Well, no. We got to make the story inclusive and one that Hollywood would like. So the security guard has to be mute, somebody that can't speak. So then we also have to find somebody who's mute. So because you can't give that job away to someone who doesn't actually represent the role. And it's just a guy, I don't know, maybe lost his tongue in Afghanistan or something like that. So he takes a quiet job as a night security guard at a library where guess what? He can't speak. So he's quiet anyway. And then Eastern European terrorists come and try and break in and he fights them all off. Bam, we got a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
And he
send it off to Leo and his people. I'm sure they'll make that.
You show over time, like he hates his job, and it's the only one he can get. But like then he grows an appreciation for the books. And then at one point, somebody shoots at him, and he had like a book in his chest pocket, so it stopped the bullet. But then he cries because it was his favorite book and it was the first edition. Then like maybe at the end of the movie, somebody sends him one in the mail, and it's another first. So like then it's full circle.
Spin Zone. We make it a series. At night, the books come to life each episode. It's kind of like crisscrossing with Wishbone minus the dog part, but we could find a way to add a dog into it, where just each episode is a book coming to life and you learn the story that's in that book. And then the episode ends and then boom, go to the next episode.
That's pretty sick too. Amazon, throw us a Billy. We'll make this.
You have seasons. You can do seasons of it. Yeah, Amazon, you got money.
They love spending money on shows.
Come on. Give us a shot.
Come on, Bezos.
Pretty easy right there. What we got next? What'd you guys bring in for today?
I have actually a question for you, Alex.
All right.
Because how do I cope with having a bad football team? I don't know how to do this.
Well, I don't know if I'm the best person to help you with that because I'm a fan of a very good team.
You've dealt with it in the past, though.
I'm a fan of a very good team. Honestly, I've
been drinking.
That helps. It does help. That's what I did a lot of.
Because like the
previous, like probably 5 years as a Giants fan. You gotta pick little things that you're positive about. Like I do the Claret and Big Blue podcast, and about a year ago, Daniel Jones. Like I made sure that Mike that I did the podcast with clipped that of Daniel Jones. Like they ran a wildcat. But it was a pass to Daniel Jones and he made a one-handed catch. And I was just like, clip me talking about that, where I was like, just remember when it's really shitty, remember that sick one-handed catch that Daniel Jones made week 6. Remember how sick that was, huh? Don't kill yourself, buddy. I made him play that whenever I was really sad. And that helped me get through it. Cause I'd be like, I'm going to go watch that play. And I would be like, that was a sick catch.
The only play that's coming to mind right now is the first play of the season, when our rookie Christian Watson should have had an 80-yard touchdown and he dropped the ball.
It's got to be a good play.
I can't think of any.
How about the Aaron Jones touchdown? The Aaron Jones touchdown from this week where he like did the fake handoff and you're like, he's going, oh no, he caught the pass. How about that? That was
cool. A pretty basic play. I mean, the pick six
but
was
it looked
great.
Cool.
We also got robbed out of what should have been a fumble 6, but the referees fucked us. We were just not a good team. Even the year that we fired Mike McCarthy, we were a good team, and then just kind of bad coaching, and like he lost the locker room and the team stopped playing, and like the team imploded, but we were still a good team that year. I haven't had a bad team since like 2004 when we had the 5th overall pick the next year and drafted AJ Hawk. Like it's been that long since I remember the Packers just being a bad team.
We'll just keep telling yourself like, well, draft picks, huh? Maybe we'll get
a fucking wide receiver that can get some goddamn separation.
Huh? Yeah. But also right now you have the trade market. Like maybe they'll trade for Jerry Jeudy. Maybe they'll trade for Brandon Cooks. Maybe they'll trade the trade market for 3 weeks. Person. Right. But I don't know.
Just
they
anybody.
Drafted those guys.
If we traded for Brandon Cooks and we found out in the middle of this podcast, I would make you carry it for 10 minutes while I went to my room and jacked off at the thought of Aaron Rodgers throwing to Brandon Cooks.
What if I told you for a 2nd-round pick and 1st-round pick, I would give you Kenny Golladay from the Giants? You could just
pass. No. I said I want receivers that can get separation.
But we have Kenny Golladay. Don't look at his contract, but was supposed to be good.
No, I'm also pissed off at the Seahawks right now they were supposed to suck, and then maybe we could have traded for Metcalf, but they're playing good, so they're not going to get rid of him. Fucking assholes.
Maybe the Giants will help you out. They beat their ass this week.
Yeah, it's just that team sucks. And Notre Dame's not good this year because their starting quarterback went down, and we're kind of in a transition year anyway, but I've got no good football, and it hurts. And I keep betting on the Packers, and they keep hurting me.
You do keep betting on the Packers.
They just keep hurting me.
You got to wonder, like, and I didn't want to bring this up, but since you brought up football.
And we played the Bills. We're going to get murdered this week.
Bills.
It's a 14-point spread, I believe.
But remember, I thought you guys were going to beat us really bad, and then the Giants beat the Packers. So maybe it goes that way. Yeah,
because we thought at that time that the Packers were still a good team. Not true. We know the Bills are a good team.
Did Daniel Jones break the Packers?
No, our inability. Matt LaFleur is running a dumbass offense where he won't run the ball, even though we're built to run the ball. Our strength is running the ball. The team predicates itself on running the ball to open up the pass, and he just keeps going, no, Aaron Jones only needs 9 touches over the course of the game. He's our best player besides Aaron Rodgers. Let's just not give him the ball. I don't get it. It all sucks. I bitched about my team enough, though.
I mean, like, I love the Yankees, but I also hate the Yankees. But like, it was like the whole Yankee implosion to end their season. I just kept being like, but the Giants, though, they're 5-1, and now 6-1, and I was like, we got that going for us. Is it maybe gonna not end great for them? Possibly, but I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm focusing on how happy I am. The Giants, I wear the same Monday shirt every time the Giants win. I've gotten to wear that 6 times this year. I'm just happy. I'm just vibing.
You got your coach is a dude. You've got yourself a dude.
Coach. Yeah, we got a coach of the future. So even if like things don't work out, I'm like, yeah, but we got this going forward. Yeah. See what he can do with this. Like I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I wanted to go. I've been wanting to go visit my buddy Chris up in New York. Former co-host on Pass the Gravy, and I finally pulled the trigger on that this week because I was like, I can also go see the Giants play at home, and it'll just like I'd rather go see a good football team. And so my brother and I are gonna go see the Giants and the Texans, but I was like, I wouldn't have gone no matter who they were playing last year, just because I would be like, I don't want to be sad on an entire plane ride back. But now it's like, it's possible I could be sad on the whole plane ride back, but like, I'm excited going right now. I'm not just dreading like we're going to lose, but just pick the little things that make you happy about it. Like you got Aaron for 3 more years, right?
Yeah. Like I'm sure even if this season ends up being just a total shit show, we'll be fine next year. We'll get some.
He probably still won't have to get vaccinated.
He's immunized.
You know a lot about ayahuasca this year. That you didn't know that.
Maybe that's what so like last year when the Packers were on offense, I would drink scotch in solidarity with Aaron.
You should do ayahuasca.
Because he's a scotch drinker. And I've been doing the scotch this year and it's not working. Maybe I need to do ayahuasca during Packers games. I should try that out.
Maybe you just do ayahuasca. So like, because apparently it takes you out of whatever you were in right there. It takes you like it's an out of body experience where then you can look back to yourself and be like, hey, dude, let's figure it out. And then you'll be like, I get what Aaron's seeing. And then you'll see what Aaron sees when you watch the game. Maybe that's what you need, a little psychedelic experience.
Yeah, I just need to forget about
Robert.
Football.
Can we all do ayahuasca together? Like it's all natural. I think we'd learn a lot about the pod and then we could figure out like it'll be like a retreat.
What is that?
It's just tea.
It's like the South American plant that makes you trip balls.
But it's just a plant. It's a tree.
Yeah.
And it's tea.
And it like opens up. That's true. He's not British.
It's a team building experience.
I don't think I can do tea. Pat said it's un-American. Didn't we?
It's true.
But it's not like British tea. It's like good tea. And then as Americans, we can just throw it into the harbor when we're done.
Yeah. And apparently it makes you like vomit and like shit your brains out, but then like also opens up your brain to like
see things,
parallel realities and shit.
Yeah, man.
Hey, it helped Ron White stop drinking. It cured him of his alcoholism. So that's pretty sick. It's got benefits.
Maybe it'll make us good gamblers. Maybe.
At least I'd have something going for me. Yeah, so that's enough of that. My other one is I'm kind of back on my bullshit. I stayed up till 7:00 last night playing the Batman game. And I kept watching at 2:00.
Is Batman your bullshit? Or is just playing video games your bullshit? Because you kind of always did that.
Yeah, but I hadn't done it for a while. I've been good about not month and a half, 2 months.
That's okay. That's a period of time.
But it's like a new game, and you're not even Batman. You're like Robin and Nightwing and all the other characters and Red Hood. I get to shoot people in a Batman game. That's pretty sick. But so at 2:00, I was like, I can play till 3. And then 3, I was like, I'll play till 4. Same thing, till 5, till 6. And then all of a sudden it was 6:45, and I was like, dude, go to bed. Did you just mute me on purpose?
I did not. I put my hand on the mouse, and I guess it clicked right over where the mouse was sitting.
Dick. But yeah, so I did that, and then once again, I didn't get it. So I slept till 1 today. I didn't go on a walk. I haven't been on a walk all week. I was good about doing that for a while, and then I took last week off. And I'm just back in my bullshit of just staying up too late and not doing anything. And I think I'm just getting seasonal depression from the Packers. I'm not used to this.
That definitely happens. It definitely happens in football. It's just seasonal football depression.
It's rough.
But that's why they call it seasonal depression, because it does determine on what kind of season your football team is having.
Yeah, it's not good. I was just drinking gin and whiskey on my couch all night playing video games.
Yeah, don't drink gin.
I like gin though.
Switch to vodka.
Gin makes
it is.
Gin actually historically, I'm a happy drunk anyway. I don't get in fights. I'm even happier when I'm on gin. Gin makes me all giddy. I'm in a good mood. I like talking to people.
Yeah.
Not in that case, because it was 5:00 in the morning and I was alone on my couch. But
maybe try vodka to see how that goes.
I just need to power through this video game and finish it so that I stop playing story mode video games. That's the problem, is when I'm playing story mode video games, I was like, I can just keep the story's getting good, so I just keep playing. And then it's light outside.
And this is Gotham Knights?
Gotham Knights, yeah. Bad reviews, and it just tells me that most critics are cynical assholes. This game is so much fun to play.
Yeah, that's why I haven't got it. I've heard mixed reviews about it.
No, Robert, it's the combat isn't as good as the other ones, the Arkham series, but the storyline is super compelling. They said it was gonna be shit because it's at 30 frame rate, 30 FPS. I don't even notice it.
I don't fucking know what that shit means. I play Fortnite with some people. They're like, dude, your FPS is this. I'm like shout out to Stream of Cream that I play Fortnite with sometimes. But he'll be like, your FPS is this. I'm like, I don't know what that means, dude. And
it all looks fine to me.
Yeah, if I can see my dude move, I'm cool with that. I don't want to get too caught up in that. I'm not going to be the best at any of these games. So if my FPS and frames per second don't match up with the best streamers or anything, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Brandon's Robert, I encourage you to get it. It's a very fun game. Or even, wait a couple months, let the price drop a little bit.
Get Fortnite.
It's well worth a play. Yeah. But that's all
Batman on Fortnite.
What about you, Robert? You got anything?
No, we've already been going on for an hour. We're still in Precome.
39 minutes.
Well, maybe we'll just slide through the rest of it.
Sure, fine. I saw this article earlier today. The headline was, what was the headline?
Big booty bitches.
No black players expected in World Series, a first since 1950.
Oh, did Jordan not make the roster?
I guess he's Latin.
Did Framber not make the roster?
Okay, no, I actually thought Rafael Montero was black. Is he? I guess Latin American.
Yeah,
doesn't count. This article, which sounds kind of shitty to say, but
was David Ortiz not considered African American? I guess not African American, but was he not considered black?
I guess not.
I don't know, but I thought it was a really interesting article, and sure, Michael Brantley, he's the only one I can think of right off the top of my head. He's an Astros player, but yeah, he's not going to play in the World Series.
Yeah.
Was it Deadspin that wrote the article?
It was the Associated Press.
Because I feel like I saw one last week or something where it was like this World Series could be the first one ever with like more Latin players than American-born players or something like that. Yeah, and someone's like, "Oh, that's nice. Let's try and make it shitty somehow."
Exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking when I saw this article. I'm like, okay, but there are so many Latin American players, and as being Hispanic myself, I think that's really cool.
Someone basically wrote an article like, let's talk about how there's no diversity in the World Series. And someone was like, yeah, dude, but like there is. And they're like, shut up. Not like that.
Yeah.
Did Jamel Hill write this article?
I didn't even click on it.
Well, what we really got to wonder, looking at you, MLB, Rob Manfred, is how come there's still not been a woman in the World Series yet? Something to think about.
So, let's just not point out the fact that one of the head coach or one of the managers is black.
Well, yeah, that would make sense, though. That would that's looking at logic, though, not just trying to say, yeah, but what about?
Yeah, it just seemed like one of those articles like they wanted to get the clicks.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't even actually click on the article. I just took a screenshot of the headline. But
fuck you.
I'm not clicking on that.
I always like just going to the comments and seeing if somebody screenshotted it.
Actually, I wanna read that article just to see if like they're honest and they're like, you might think that Jordan and Rafael Montero and these other players are black, but they don't count. Like, what? It's a fucked up thing to say.
Now you're the race police. 1 week it's the class police. Now it's the race police. That is pretty
friggin' Associated Press, man.
Look, honestly, I just don't understand how anybody's talking about a sport like baseball or football when Brittany Griner is still in Russia right now, right? Like, really, sports should stop until we free Brittany. And I feel like I speak for everybody when I say that.
Yeah, but America already freed Brittany once this year, and to try and free Brittany twice is just asking a lot. How many Britneys are we going to free?
Ideally 2, at least. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah, but Brittany Griner doesn't sing.
We're going to get canceled. We want all the Britneys freed.
Good.
Unless the Britneys were murderers that are like in prison for manslaughter. And then we don't want that.
Free Britney.
All right. Move on. Let's move on to the Comeback Kids segment before we get in any trouble. Gravy Gamble's show. You guys ever heard of it, huh? I'm a big fan of it. I watch it every Friday and Sunday
once or twice.
It is Pat and myself. It used to be a segment on the podcast called the PTG Picks segment. Then we just decided, hey, let's just focus this gambling show for people that specifically want to watch gambling, but also we'd appreciate it if everybody would just go give it a click and like it. It's on our YouTube channel, Pass Gravy Podcast. Search that on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. You can watch every episode. Like, you could be watching us right now if you're listening to us. You'll be watching our beautiful faces, but you're not. You're listening to us. Go to the YouTube channel, Pass Gravy Podcast. Just search that on YouTube. Subscribe to that. Fridays at 1:30 p.m. Central Time, we release the episode for that week, and then we re-air it 10 a.m. on Sundays. You can also see it on our Facebook page and on our Instagram as well. But the Gravy Gambles show. Me and Pat give you our picks against the spread for each week's NFL games. And I believe right now we're like within one pick of each other. Pat has like a 1-game lead on me right now. But if you're into wetting the beak, you want to see what to bet or maybe what not to bet. If we're not doing well, just go against us, and that's how you win some money. Each week, the Gravy Gambles show on the Pass Gravy Podcast YouTube channel, Fridays at 1:30 Central Time and Sundays at 10 a.m. Gravy Gambles, baby. Let's move on to the Comeback Kids segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right. Our first Comeback Kid this week is Halloween. More like Halloween. Am I right? Singles. Yeah. Halloween. It's back, bitches. So costumes and candies. You see the price on these candies these years? How about those candy prices?
Yeah, I'm so disappointed that it's going to be on a Monday and I'll be working. Oh no.
Are you
I'm
gonna
kidding.
carve
I don't give a
pumpkin?
fuck. No,
Why not? You're not in the spirit.
no, I haven't. Honestly, I don't think I've ever carved a pumpkin in my life. Like, I'm sure at some point as a little kid, I probably helped my mom a little bit, but
Wow, dude.
I don't give a fuck. I will give you guys a tip though. If you are pumpkin carvers, I saw this online the other day. Take some Vaseline and rub it on like where you carve out the face. Rub it in the ridges right there, and it'll stop it from drying out, and your pumpkin will last longer.
Sounds gross. I'm not doing that.
Just rub the Vaseline in the holes
Look,
of your
if
pumpkin.
I carve a pumpkin right now, it's gonna be thrown out by Tuesday, so I think it'll last.
Yeah, I don't. Somebody already asked me earlier this week, "What are you going to be for Halloween?" I was like, "A guy on Halloween."
A guy working because I'll be at work.
Also, I'm 32. I don't dress up
No,
for Halloween.
I mean, but like if you have a costume party you're going to, like that makes sense. I just don't like have a costume. I also don't have kids either, so it's not like I'm like, oh well, let me dress up to give candy out.
Which, like, even if I had
there's gonna be Monday Night Football on, and I'm gonna watch that.
I'd probably grab like a jersey, and I'm like, oh, I'm a football guy. The fuck do you want from me?
Sort of costume around here, for sure. I can manufacture one.
Yeah, I mean, I could make one, but or you do the classic guy thing. You're like, oh, I wrapped a sheet around me, toga.
I'm a pumpkin pie. Look at me.
There you go.
Done. It's perfect. Got it from my friend
Nailed
Dante.
He just put on a pumpkin pie hat for people that were.
I see. That's why you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think I've got an old Yao jersey or something around here.
Got a hard hat. I could do that. Maybe Ted Lasso.
Ooh, I can always just put on my jorts and my camo button up that has no sleeves. That's honestly what I did for years. Is I just put on the camo button up, and people were like, "What are you?" I'm like, "Larry the Cable Guy."
That's a good one.
I ran that one like 4 years in a row.
Like a cowboy hat and overalls. Just become a farmer. Done. Nailed it.
Yeah, just
Robert,
anything camo.
What are you going to be this year?
And then jorts, and you just go as a redneck.
Nothing at all.
Do you get trick-or-treaters?
No, not here.
Yeah.
You know what I think?
You're not going to have, are you guys down to make some Halloween spaghetti, Halloween chili? That was such a huge hit last year. For me, at least.
I don't even remember that.
Please please serve yourself, kid. Remember that was the whole bit we did? We just leave out chili, like, serve yourself. I was like, what am I going to do with this?
Let me ask you guys a question.
I got extra for you.
Since Halloween is on Monday, you guys work in me. I'm assuming, are people dressing up at your offices for Halloween, like to work? Are people going to show up in costumes?
Probably.
So here's what you do, Robert. This is going to be your costume.
Not everybody. It's not like a thing, but there's always somebody that's like, I'm a cat. Look at me.
I think this would be a great costume for Robert. Robert, just get a name tag. Hi, my name is Robert. Just go as Robert for Halloween. So when people are like, what are you?
Jim did.
You just like tap your name tag and you're like, Robert. What was that costume? I'm Robert.
Right there.
That might be good too, because like so many people there don't even know my name. So I'm like, yeah.
Who are you for how? Like, what is your costume?
Half of them just think his name is Bobby.
I'm going as Robert. Or you could just write, hi, I'm Bo. You can just be Bo for Halloween.
Dude, be Bo.
There was like maybe a month or so ago back, I went into the office and I saw a guy. He's like, "Oh, I haven't seen you here in a while," and I don't know how to respond to that. What would have been a good response? Because I work from home. What am I?
Right.
Yeah, that's right. You haven't.
Yeah, interactions like this is why.
I would have just said that exact same thing. Like, just be like, I usually work from home.
It's because I'm avoiding you.
So I hate those like just like random interactions. There's this guy that always like I feel like there's that, like, everybody has that one person that they interact with where it's like it always seems like it's just the weirdest interaction ever. And like the other day he was like, I came out of the studio I was in and I could see him, like, he was doing that like dog thing where he's got his nose up. He's like, he was clearly like, somebody's like, do you smell that? And I was like, nope, and just kept going. Didn't ask about it at all. Like, I don't want to get in a conversation about this, man. Like, what? Well, it smells. I was like, I don't care. Don't care. Just nope. Don't smell that. Went into the other room I was going into. It's like that is end of it. Like, I don't feel like just hanging out about a smell.
Yeah, the Rock's cooking something back there. Don't worry about it.
I should have said it. Yeah, it smells like D's nuts. And then I get written up, and then I'm fired.
Yeah, happened to be for a sick D's nuts joke.
But I'd be poor at that point because then I wouldn't be making money. So
we just have to start a Patreon.
We would have to start a Patreon, which I've thought off doing. I don't think people would pay for a Patreon.
Not yet.
I don't want to like charge people for our shit. I feel like
not yet.
Like advertisers hit us up. McDonald's never hit us up last week, despite us being tagged in all of the things. People were tagging them. Just tag McDonald's on anything we do. Also, a comeback kid this week, probably the biggest comeback kid of the week, not to like shit on Halloween, is Taylor Swift, guys. T Swift is back. Friday night, dropped an album at midnight. Guess what it was called, guys? Guess what it was called?
11:30?
It was midnight.
Midnights
shit. With the S. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So she dropped the album, and then there's like, I don't know how many versions of it, because I saw some girl has gone to Target to get a different version than the one she already had. I think there's Taylor's version also. So that's that maybe through.
No, I don't know. All of them are Taylor's versions because she owns her music now. But it was
Karma is a god or whatever.
I don't know.
Lyric was.
Maybe I'm wrong. From what I know, there's Midnights, and then there's Midnights, the 3 a.m. version. Which, hey, Alex, guess when she released that one?
Was it? Wait. Was it at 3 a.m.?
Nailed it.
What?
Nailed it.
Wait, was it Eastern time though? Because if it was Eastern time, she should have to like rename it in every time zone. So it's only like 11 p.m. in our time.
It's like it says, Karma, the 3 a.m. version, Eastern, 2 a.m. Central, 1 a.m. Mountain. And like it's just this long parentheses of all the fucking time zones.
We should. What should we call this episode just to try and be catchy? Like cool, like noons. We're noons. That's all right.
What time do you think you're going to post this? Like 8:30? Maybe longer?
Well, yeah, we'll be noons, the 8:30 version.
Well, technically, shouldn't it be like 3:45, the 8:30 version? That's around when we started, right?
No, that's when we started, but we're releasing it. I don't know. We're just gonna call it noons with an S.
Okay.
Karma is a god. I don't know. Emma liked the album, and I base all of my Taylor Swift knowledge off of if Emma likes the Taylor Swift album or not. And so this album is a fucking banger, guys.
That's what I've heard from her cult-like fans.
She likes it so much that we were going somewhere in the car and she was driving and was like, is it okay if we listen to Taylor Swift the whole way? And I was like, go ahead.
Happy wife, happy life.
Let's do it. Yeah, she lets me do a lot of dumb shit. So I was like,
all I saw.
I'm a big Swiftie myself. Obviously I love her so much. But yeah, like I didn't hate the stuff. And I think she works with Jack Antonoff from Bleachers, and I like his shit too, so that works.
Yeah, all I saw like the next day on Twitter was just, and for some reason it's always in all caps. It was just like, oh my god, no skips, not a single skip, banger album. And I was like, you didn't skip. You're never gonna skip any of these songs. None of the songs are a skip ever. Like, okay, in 6 months when you're just randomly shuffling through your music on your phone, keep that same energy.
You can't ever skip it. You can't
ever skip it. Never skip. Never skip.
You should get like a discount on albums if you like download them or buy them, where you buy the no skip version, and then like if it comes up on shuffle, you just literally can't skip through it, but it's like $2 cheaper. It's like, how much do you really care?
It's like a record back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, I guess we're just going to sit through this 3 minutes and 44 seconds.
Damn it. Should not have bought the no skip version. Shit.
But yeah. Taylor Swift is, she's back, bitches.
Swizzle's back.
And on that note, while Taylor Swift is back, her nemesis, her former nemesis, Kanye West, aka Ye, is back because cutting ties with Kanye was very hot this week. I feel like I speak. Robert just got up and left real quickly. This is not in protest. Actually, maybe it is in protest. Maybe Robert knew we were talking about Kanye next.
Could be.
So he got up in protest. So big of Robert to stand ground. But I'd like to speak on behalf of myself, Robert, and Pat. We at Past the WWJD podcast would also like to cut ties with Kanye West. No longer will he ever be welcomed on the podcast. We will not be carrying any Yeezy brand clothing. We will not be, no more Kanye Sunday services. No more. We will not allow him to perform on the podcast anymore. And yeah, about all those things, we disavow Kanye West. So,
yeah. For the people that don't know, Adidas and everybody that's cut ties with Kanye, players are leaving his management group, including Aaron Donald is one of them. It's because Kanye hates Jews, apparently. It's just everything in his life. He was just like, yeah, well, like my wife and family left me and that was the Jews' fault. And then this happened and that was the Jews' fault. Like none of these things have anything to do with Jews, Kanye. Where are you getting this from? Take your medicine. Just take your medicine, dude. The entire world is pleading with you to take your medicine. And he's just like, nah, man, Jews made it. And you're like, Jesus, Kanye. So, yeah, don't do that, guys.
So we disavow. Robert, thank you for coming back and ending your brief protest. I know that you saw we were about to talk about Kanye and you walked. We did disavow him. He's no longer welcome on this podcast. So just FYI. Appreciate you coming back because I don't know what else we would have done the rest of the show. But yeah, Ye is done. One thing I did notice though was so like remember like last week, was he a comeback kid a couple weeks ago too, where he was like the White Lives Matter thing, and I was like, I thought that was a fucking meme. I didn't think that was a real photo. Like I thought somebody was like just trolling. So like yeah, he's just doing all of this shit. But I saw somebody today that was like really like on a like, you ever see like you're like, oh, this is like 100% of like what you focus on. Like if you're watching my Twitter timeline during a Giants game, like that's what Alex is focused on right now. Alex really cares with the Giants. Like if you really care about fighting against anti-Semitism, like this is this person's Twitter account. This is what this is for. I saw somebody going on about that. And like, well, it's funny that you only disavow Kanye now when you didn't disavow him when he said this, or he said this, or he said this, or he said this. And there were like 8,000 other things that Kanye said. And I was like, well, I think a good answer to that was that most people don't just follow whatever Kanye says. Like I don't just check and be like, Kanye say anything crazy today? I just
assume he does.
I mean, yeah, like if it's in the news and like it comes across my time, but like I don't just actively go seek out like what did Kanye West say today? So I think a lot of it was because of that. You know, like I'm sure there's a lot of people that also spew a bunch of dumb hate and shit on things and terrible stuff, but like I just don't like I don't go actively seek that out to disavow people. So like that's probably why I think a lot of people maybe just now are giving up on Kanye.
I heard he also texts people back with K.
You don't think it'd be Ye?
He totally would. Everything he said, he's got to have like his own version of language, like the Smurfs. Like he just uses Ye as like a verb, adverb, noun, subject. He just changes his name in for like words throughout a sentence, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, because I'm Ye."
Have you ever heard any of his music? He does that. He really does that.
He has the Alf Ye bet.
I'm the old Kanye, not the new Kanye. Question though, I think, you know, a lot of people come to us for the hard hitting questions, you know, right in the middle of politics season. But is it okay to listen to Kanye West though? Like if it comes on shuffle, not that I'm not like, fuck you guys, I'm going to go listen to the College Dropout. But like say I'm running, I got it on shuffle and older, better, stronger, better, higher. That don't kill me. Can only make me strong. Like, what if that comes on? Like, do I have to hit shuffle?
I want to ask that.
What if
question.
It's a bop? Like, if Gold Digger comes on in the club, what do I do?
I want to ask that question to everybody online, and anybody that says no, you can't listen to him. I just want to be like, okay, I need access to all of your accounts to see if you've listened to Chris Brown in the last 8 years. Because if you're listening to Chris Brown, he's done some shit too. What about Michael Jackson? You ever listen to Michael Jackson? Well,
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like, those
hand
bangers.
up. Ignition did come on my shuffle at one point in the last week, and if you don't think I was fucking Crystal popping in a stretch navigator, like I was fucking, it's a jam. I don't agree with what R. Kelly did. I don't agree with what he did. He's a bad dude.
I actually, it's funny this came up because I actually had this thought yesterday in the shower. I listened to Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, and I Want You Back by the Jackson 5 came on. And I actually thought to myself, is it okay to listen to this, Michael? Because he was a kid now. So this is before he did the problematic shit. So is Jackson 5 okay, but adult Michael's not?
Right. And then,
where do we draw the line?
But just like ask yourself that, like, if
Kanye, or can you
like,
listen
do I have
to all
to
Michael because he's dead now, so the money's actually just going to his kids.
True.
It's probably actually going to record executives, but
maybe it is. It might be doing that. But like, so like, there's a big, like, there's an account that I follow that was just like, radio station should ever play Kanye West again. And I was like, okay, I get like telling radio stations not to do it, but like, if it's on your iPod right now, if it's on your phone right now, and it comes like, do I have to delete every Kanye West song? Or
well,
like,
I don't have any.
You don't have it. I had his whole Sunday Service album.
I don't give a shit about Kanye. I've never given a shit about Kanye.
What if Ghost comes on, but I only listen to the Kid Cudi part?
You'd have to sing it for. I don't know any of his. People are like, dude, the College Dropout was great. I'm like, sweet. I couldn't name you a single song from any Kanye album.
What if, like, can I listen to the Watch the Throne with Jay-Z and Kanye, that whole dual album?
Never
like,
listened
am I allowed to do that?
The only Kanye song I've ever consistently listened to.
Blank in Paris song comes on, do I have to skip through Kanye's parts?
You should probably just skip all that as a white person.
Well, I don't rap with them. If it just comes on, like, do I have to be like, no, this is Kanye's part?
I mean, like you said, the only Kanye song I ever consistently listened to was Forever with Drake, Weezy, him, and Eminem. And to be honest with you, I always kind of skip this part anyway because he's the weakest part of that song.
So that's what I should do then.
Or no, or did Wayne have the weakest one? I don't know. Either way, I haven't listened to it in years anyway. I don't give a shit.
Like, if I listen to Kid Cudi, Erase Me, but then Kanye's part comes up, do I have to skip, or can I just like be like, this was Kid Cudi's work first?
This was before he was an anti-Semite.
But we don't know when he started, when he became radicalized.
I don't know. Sometime after College Dropout, when he stopped taking his medication.
So after college.
Probably like 4 albums ago, I'd say, is when he started getting really fucking crazy.
But then he met God, though.
Maybe before he started dating Kim. Because I feel like once they got together, he stopped like taking his medication.
Remember when he lived in like not the Georgia Dome, wherever the Falcons play now, the Mercedes-Benz Dome. Remember when he like just lived there for like a month, and like people would be like, yeah, he came out and was wearing like pantyhose on his head and watched part of the Atlanta United game. We saw him at a Falcons game. He was just walking around with a Pepsi in his hand.
I would love to see him in real life so I could call him an asshole. Where was he? And just hopefully get punched by him or his security and get that bag.
I don't know. I mean, actually, yeah, but like no, that'd be good for the podcast. That'd be good for the podcast if we could get on video. So yeah, maybe do that.
Yeah.
And then you're fighting anti-Semitism too. So you're fighting the good fight while also getting beat down, but then also getting money for suing. So you probably get a lawyer that like, represents you pro bono.
Yeah, and I'm sure all of Fox News would have me on. Like, I'm sure I could talk to Tucker.
Well, Tucker was kind of tight with Kanye, wasn't he?
Yeah, but then all the I hate Jews stuff started.
Right.
Which means I could probably also I could get on MSNBC. I could do all the rounds. Maybe The View would even have me on.
I don't know if you want to go on The View.
Oh, I would totally tell Whoopi that she's a crazy cunt.
Dude, Joy Behar would just shred you, bro.
Everybody
acts like Whoopi's the mean one. Joy Behar is the mean one. She's so mean.
Anytime Joy started talking, I'd be like, shh, honey, a man's talking. Stop it.
Don't. Oh,
yeah, but we'd go so viral.
That crowd would
what are they gonna
fuck out of you?
Yeah, and I would love it. Are you kidding me? The crowd at The View booing me, I'd be like, yes, give me your disapproval.
Then you'd get your Fox News gigs.
Yeah.
Then
I just
on Tucker Carlson.
People be like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I just go on news shows.
Create buzz.
I do the circuit. I piss off libs and the Republicans have me on. And then I piss off the Republicans and some libs have me on. Or actually, no, once I piss off the Republicans, I'd probably go on Bill Maher.
And then you need to go from Bill Maher to Joe Rogan eventually. Because it's like, look, we don't take sides here. All right. You look at it from all angles, man. You done DMT?
I'm actually cooking my elk with like ivermectin sprinkled on top as seasoning now.
Put the ivermectin on it, yeah. And then like what's always good to help digest is taking the plunge into like an ice bath for 30 minutes a day. You can build up to it. And then the sauna. Sober October. I'm not shit. I like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but he's a crazy.
But he always does have like the people that are like, well, they were this, and then they were this, and then they kind of got ousted by both sides, and now like I'm gonna have him on to hear him out. And people are like, I kind of would like to hear this guy now.
I was listening to Bert Kreischer the other day, and he was talking about it. He's like, it's so crazy that like, of course, Joe has this massive platform, and then everyone comes after him for shit he says. But anyone that's known Joe for like 20, 30 years has just kind of learned like over the years, like, yeah, dude, you learn to filter through what Joe says on like, oh, he just has a new thing and he's excited about it. And you got to kind of just like ignore what he's saying. But most people don't know that about him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Joe's excited.
It's like when I got really into Big Brother and was like, what if I just talk about it all the time on the podcast? Oh, and now we have a Big Brother podcast. Like, but if I had 1 million people reading everything I did, probably more than that. And like Rogan just like, I got into archery and there was like, dude, this guy will not shut the fuck up about archery. It's like, well, like, yeah, but he's rich and he can buy all this archery stuff. And now he's done this. He just bought a fucking cold tub. Yeah, that's what he's gonna be talking about.
Fucking Joe Rogan.
That is like like, it's funny that people are like, he's just this political activist. And like, he's not at all a political activist. He literally did what podcasting was for, where it was like, it's not terrestrial radio. I can kind of do whatever the fuck I feel like talking about. And then he did exactly like, you know what I'm into right now is wrestling. Let's have this wrestler on. We'll talk about him. We'll talk to him about this. Fucking Elon Musk. Maybe I can get him on the podcast. Do you want to smoke weed with me? Like, yeah, he just does that shit. He does the shit that all of us would want to do if we had the access to it. It just may not be in everybody's wheelhouse. It may not be the stuff you like, and that's easy to pick at. But
I mean, he literally has fuck you money.
He does. And during the pandemic, after that Spotify deal, it's like he can do anything forever from now on. But like when they had him under, like during the pandemic, when people were like, this is Joe Rogan spreading misinformation. Like, he's not spreading misinformation. He's literally just asking questions and having a conversation. And you guys are taking this about, this is what he's saying to do. It's like, no, that's what he's saying he did. I don't like if you have like, if you let one thing define everything about you, like if you let listening to the Joe Rogan podcast define who you are as a person, that's a weird thing. I love you guys that listen to Pastor Grady, but like, don't let us define what your life is. I mean, I'd be tight. That would be sick. I'm not going to lie, but like, you should just, we shouldn't be the only thing that you're focused on 100% of your time.
As much as I think he would never do it because he would never want to, I think if in like 15, 20 years, Joe Rogan ran for president, it'd be the funniest goddamn thing ever. Just to hear him at a debate. Just like, are you guys going to listen to these crusty old fucks?
Yeah, it'd be weird. It'd be weird to see how that.
This guy wants to teach your kindergartner about sex ed, and this guy wants you to never have an abortion in your life. Fuck both of them.
I don't know.
Just hearing Joe Rogan debate would be hilarious.
We're into politics now, but yeah, that all stemmed from telling cutting ties with Kanye West, and that's back. But then to say we're not talking about politics, telling people to vote is back. Is another comeback kid. So ironically, we will also sort of pivot to a politically driven thing. But telling people to vote is back because I don't know if you've gotten on Facebook or Instagram or any thing online, but it's like, go vote. If you watch football, there's a get out and vote commercial every single time. Like there's a commercial break, and it's like, it's good to remind people to go vote, educate yourself, do that. But like, I'm kind of at the point now, I'm like, now I don't want to vote. Like out of spite, where I'm like, hey, don't tell me not to don't tell me that paint is wet and not to touch it, because now I'm going to touch it. All right. And I've gotten told not to, or to go vote so much that I'm just going to like not go vote. Maybe every vote counts. I don't really have opinions right now.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I just don't even feel like Googling if I'm registered to vote right now, which I have to do every time. I'm sure I am. I was last time.
How do you get unregistered to vote?
I don't know. Like, don't you have to re-register every couple of years? I
thought it was like you fill out your driver's license and like that's it. Like,
that's probably
never.
But then
I don't think I've signed another piece of paper. Yeah,
maybe I should.
They usually send you a thing in the mail. It's like, this way you can go.
Maybe I should, just so I can post that I voted. But then I'm also gonna be like, I voted, but you shouldn't, because I'm smarter than you, and what I think it should be what happens.
I'm pretty sure the deadline to register to vote already passed.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure I'm like, every time I've ever wanted to vote, I Google it and like,
how do you am I registered? Unregister though? Because like, I'd like to take myself off of this. I don't ever want to participate in voting again. Sorry.
Yeah, it's called committing a felony.
Okay, without that.
Yeah.
Ideally, I don't commit a felony. Really looking to avoid any jail time.
Yeah, I mean, you probably can't. I mean, people die and they're still registered to vote. So,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. But like everything being like, hey, the early voting is now. It's awesome that they're like creating awareness, but also like, I'll vote when I want to vote, right, bro? Now I'm definitely not early voting. I'll tell you that much. And maybe now I only vote on election day. Right?
Fuck that. I'll vote on the 10th if I want. Fuck the 8th. Don't tell me what to do.
Like, being honest, like, I'm like, not to be political and take sides, but like, I've never like voted for a president that's won, and I think every single time I voted, I've not voted for either of the major parties.
So you voted for Trump last time?
No, I didn't. I voted for Joe Jurgensen. I was with Joe. Joe Jurgensen, and then I wrote in Harambe before that.
I'm just gonna write in Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you can write in anything. Maybe I write in Daniel Jones, who our next comeback kid is. I just added him as a comeback kid.
You realize next election we're gonna be old enough to be president?
Fuck yes, finally.
We're getting on the ticket, boys.
Let's do it. Middleton
Robert,
Dion.
What job do you want? Secretary of Treasury?
Campaign manager?
Director of podcast.
Was the library
Secretary
one?
of podcast. Ooh. We'll start the Secretary of Podcasts.
And then what if we promise that also we will appoint you as a Supreme Court judge if we have to during our tenure? That's life, dude.
I'm good with that.
Can you disappoint anybody? Like, what if we were like Taylor Swift?
Well, Congress has to approve them.
You want to go against the Swifties, Congress? Think of how many mad teenage girls would come at Congress like, oh, they're so mean.
But what if we like nominated Robert and they're like, he's sitting in front of Congress and like, what are your qualifications? And he just points to his chest. He's like, I'm Robert.
I'm still wearing the costume.
This guy's been wearing a Halloween costume for years.
What does that mean? I'm Robert. I'm Robert.
Well, what if we just got you that library job, the congressional library deputy, and you just make bank to hang out in the library all day?
Ooh, yeah, dude. And nobody could talk to you, so you just get to listen to the Astros in peace because they have to be quiet.
Cool.
That would be pretty cool.
So what you're saying is you're in.
I'm in.
All right. All right, Middleton Dion 2026.
All right. Robert wants to take a job from a black woman. Okay.
Oh. Wow. Didn't think about that.
I'll have to look up if there's ever been a Latino Librarian of Congress.
Let's find out.
You can be the first.
We could make you co-librarian of Congress too, because then we have an African American woman and a Hispanic male.
But then we're paying two people double to do one job. That's just
we're not. The taxpayers are.
Yeah, no, that's wasteful spending. Not in my government.
Then we'll cut. We'll just
not my administration.
We'll just defund the police, dude. That's what they say to do, right?
We'll defund the Department of Education.
Just kidding. We're not going to do that
because education's bullshit. No,
we get rid of the National Pandemic Response Team.
Yeah,
that can't backfire. But yeah, we're talking ticks on Pass Gravy this week. You can just cut all that out, Robert, so we don't get canceled.
Oh, what if we started a podcast with two people that had like ticks, like
talking
speech ticks, but ticks on ticks, and it's just them talking politics.
And then like they also happen to have ticks, like because they went in the woods this weekend.
Ticks on ticks on ticks.
Triple ticks.
Tic tac toe.
Tick tick tick. And it's just a clock. Anyways, from politics, we're going to talk about not necessarily presidents, but kings. Our king is back, and I'm not talking about Lil Nas X. I'm talking about our other king, Daniel motherfucking Jones. All right, I said he was going to be the guy, and I said not to draft him. I did say that. I literally ended a podcast saying don't draft Daniel Jones or Drew Lock. But then we drafted him, and I was like, he's our guy. Obviously, I'm going to root him on. I've been a Dan stan since day one. I ride with my guy. I got Danny right here behind me on the wall. If you're watching the video version, if not, get your shit together. I'm wearing my Che Guevara Danny Dimes shirt from the Clear Big Blue podcast, merch.cbbpod.com. But Daniel Jones, NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Where and like all I saw yesterday was if you got anybody you need to pick up for fantasy, pick up Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. Hey, maybe Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. All week long, everybody's been riding the Dan train. They've been hopping on the Dan wagon. You know what? We don't need you guys. If you didn't like Daniel before, you don't deserve Danny at his best. All right. Shout out to me for believing in my quarterback, even though I didn't really have a lot of other options. But like I said, he's gonna be a good quarterback, and it only took 4 years, and now it's happening. So shout out to me, really, because I believed in him.
Daboll designed an offense that he can play within with his skill set.
He's also just incredibly skilled.
He looks good running the ball.
He can
when he runs the ball, he looks good.
Yeah, like he's got that speed where that's fast. You usually don't see that. You usually don't see that in quarterbacks.
Just call him the blur.
We call him Vanilla Vic. That's what they call him.
I like the blur. Makes me think of the Little Rascals.
The blur's good, but I'm very excited that shout out to me mostly for knowing that Daniel Jones was good and that maybe he just needed some time. Now he's got that time and he's figuring shit out. And also, if anybody's mean to Daniel Jones, I will curse your team. All right. I was very close to cursing the Astros after getting some very mean DMs again. And you guys know when you hurt my feelings, I lash out and I curse things. And Raymundo and Brandon Whitehead and some other Gravy Gang members were like, please don't curse our team. Please don't do that. And I was like, because I love you guys, I will spare your team. But I was very mad. And I got the skulls right behind me. All right. Kyler Murray is fucked. Look at Kyler Murray. Career down the drain. You come cross me, I get my little voodoo skulls. You're done. You're done. Dallas Stars 2 years ago, dead. DED, dead. Dallas Cowboys last year when I cursed them, fell apart. Absolutely fell apart. I have the ability. I cursed the Astros a couple years ago, remember? They went down 0-3 immediately to the Rays. And I was like, this is what you get for being mean. I didn't want to do it. I had to. But if you're mean to Danny, I curse your team. All right? Just know that. Just know that. All right. I love you guys. I don't want to curse. I have been feeling a little cursy lately.
Maybe you should curse the Phillies.
They have not done anything to me.
I mean, we have Phillies fans that, well, I guess it's not done to you, but straight up lying to Pat Bev's face, telling him that Altuve was wearing a wire when that was proven wrong. Pat Bev said he was rooting for the Astros because of the time he spent in Houston. And they're like, yeah, but Altuve cheated. And this is how you know Pat Bev is strictly basketball. Because they told him, like, dude, what about the Astros cheating? And he's like, they cheated? He had never heard about the Astros cheating
scandal. I love that. It's so
He goes, damn, I guess I'm going for Philly then.
I sort of get, though. Like, I don't agree with, like, the Astros cheated, bang, 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 trash can thing. Like, especially now. But, like, I sort of get it because, like, when people were just hurling insults at me, I was just like, fuck you and your stupid 2017 championship that people say it's tainted. Like, I was like, if I had all that stuff in my arsenal, like a bunch of cheaters, buzzer bitches, like, I could have I get it. Like, it adds to the argument. But me just being mad and not having that as an argument also was like, fuck you guys. Not being 27 rings guy, like, I hate that. I hate those guys. And I was like, I can't be that guy. So, like, I just had to shut up. And that's what led to a lot of mutes where I was like, no.
I feel like 27 rings guys is disappearing. You don't really see it that much online anymore, but I did see it yesterday, like in the comments somewhere. Someone was like, oh, yeah, dude, talking shit about the Yankees. How about 27 rings, bitch? And I was like, oh, my God, they're still out there.
Yeah,
you're still doing it?
Oh, no, they were out this weekend. Absolutely. But, like, I didn't even watch this fucking game.
27 rings. I'm sorry. You're saying 27 rings. How old are you? You're 25? You're 25. So your whole life they've been mediocre? Like, those are the people I don't get. Like, if you're in your 30s, 40s, yeah, you saw the Yankees win a lot of shit. If you're like 22, you haven't really seen shit.
Yeah.
Like the two kids that were rocking the baby right over the top of the dugout. They were like 3 the only time the Yankees have won. Those are the Yankees fans that are the worst.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I didn't watch that last game. I didn't watch a second of it. I didn't check the score on it at all. I gave up after game 3. I was like, fuck this team, dude. I'm not doing that. And the Giants won on Sunday. And I was like, you know what I don't need right now? I don't need to just have them shit all over my happiness right now. So I'm gonna watch Netflix with my wife. And I'm not going to watch the fucking Yankees. And I felt great. Because I was like, they're probably losing. I'm not even going to check. And I was tempted. I didn't really get on Twitter or anything that whole time too. And then didn't miss much, did I? Didn't miss much.
You made an adult decision. You made a mental health decision. And I'm proud of you for that.
But it's like, that's what, like, the Giants are my 1-1. Like, I don't love any team more than I love the New York Giants. And them being good for right now, I was like, this is all I need. Like, I feel like if it was the reverse and, like, the Giants were just shit, but the Yankees were good. Actually, if the Yankees were, like, fucking whipping ass right now, like, I'd be so happy. But, like, it's not the same. Like, when the Yankees win it, I don't feel as happy as I feel when the Giants do. And for that,
I see that.
Daniel Jones is my comeback hit. But also, Robert, will you go find when I tweeted out over the summer, I said my, without a doubt, top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now. And I put Daniel Jones at number 1 and Tyrod Taylor at number 2. I did tweet that out. So if you could go retweet that with the NFC player of the week graphic, just to prove Alex was right. Hashtag Alex was right. It's amazing. It's amazing how I can see into the future like that.
Real quick, I feel like we need to add this on the end of Comeback Kid. Mattress Mac, just because it came out yesterday that if the Astros win, he will win $75 million. That's what his bet will yield for him.
That guy's also like bet like $2 million on like every Astros game, like every Astros like World Series, like the last like 5 years too.
But he does it to hedge it because he does the thing where like if you spend $5,000 and
I just want to be rich. If I could bet $2 million, like, do you know how nuts that is?
This year it's the craziest one. Usually it's like if you spend $5,000, the Astros win, you don't owe me anything. This year, my GM
get money.
He spent $5,000, and if the Astros win, he doesn't pay, and Mattress Mac gives him $4,000 back. Like, not in store credit. He just gets $4,000.
Yeah.
So my GM has $9,000 riding on this series. And like
Robert,
that's the thing. Mattress Mac figures it out. He's like, okay, if they don't win, I still make money off of all of my sales of mattresses. If they do win, I make $75 million. So I'm okay on what I lose on the mattresses.
Big of me though to also place a futures bet on the Astros too. So like, and I know Pat did as well. So shout out to us. We're basically like Mattress Mac.
Plus 450.
Basically like Mattress Mac because we place futures on it. So we're making money.
It's so long until Friday
or whatever, but
it's so long until Friday.
You know what? I haven't missed it that much. Honestly.
But you know what? You can just now they're not your team, but you can root for your city because nobody wants to root for the dirtbags in Philadelphia.
I hate Philadelphia.
Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking dirtbags.
You guys know that. But also Astros fans were very mean to me, so I will just be a neutral party in this. I will not curse anyone yet.
Oh, and also comeback kid
Daniel Jones,
Lance McCullers again, because once again he said on mic that he said bury me in the H. So like,
all right, this isn't an Astros podcast, okay?
He's so endearing.
This is an Astros podcast, all right?
You gotta love Lance McCullers, though. He loves dogs.
Does Lance McCullers like Pass the Gravy? If he does, we'd love to have him on. We'll send him a Astros shirt. We'll send him a Astros shirt.
Yeah.
Get him on the podcast, gang.
And maybe
the Astros.
We should send him some of the doggy sweaters too, because it's gonna get cold, and his dogs can wear them.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's the Comeback Kid segment, guys. But you better respect Daniel Jones, or I will curse your team. Just FYI.
I respect him. I was disrespectful earlier, but I respect him.
Thank you for respecting Daniel Jones, our king. The WWJD segment coming up next. That is where we told you guys you submit to us on Twitter at Past Grade Pod. Use the hashtag PTGWWJD and throw Jesus in a situation he might find himself in if he came back today. We will tell you what he would do in said situation. We're going to do this until you guys stop submitting them to us. Hashtag PTGWWJD. That's how we search for them at Past Grade Pod on Twitter. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right, this week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our buddy Raymundo Benavidez, and the provider of the bowls for Robert, provider of Robert's bowls. Did you want to say thank you to Raymundo? Be the polite thing to do.
Thank you, Raymundo, for all the bowls and / cups.
And you know he also has Astros season tickets to probably World Series tickets, so maybe it'd be a good time to stock up to him right now. Just saying. Although I would sell the fuck out of those tickets, right? Would you sell, like, if somebody gave you World Series tickets, like not Raymundo in this instance, but like if you just got World Series tickets, would you just turn around and sell them?
No. If I got World Series tickets, no, I would go.
I got to watch I got to watch in my comfort in my space. It's too big of a game.
You got 2 tickets, and then somebody's like, "Here's $600 for each." You would be like, "I'm gonna go watch it," or would you just be like, "I can go watch this at a bar on TV and pay rent"?
No, Robert would be like, "Oh yeah, I'll pay rent and listen on the radio." Do you watch the World Series, or do you still listen to that too?
No, it's on. I have a antenna, so I can watch like local channels, and the World Series is on local channels. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. If you were that dedicated to I still listen when it's the World Series. I'd be like, all right. The postseason games I can watch because I use Alex's account. So the postseason games I can watch.
Teamwork.
Regular seasons I can't.
Just checking.
All right. Well, Raymundo Benavidez at Kmundo B on Twitter says, if Jesus went to a Halloween party, what would he dress up as? Now, I mean, obviously the first question is like, would JC go in costume? Like it's supposed to be like the devil's birthday or some shit like that. People are a little bit weird. Like you always had the kid in your neighborhood that was like, yeah, we don't do Halloween because, the devil. Is JC that guy? Because I don't think he is. And I actually, in fact, I wrote he would be one of two things. Maybe he's an angel because it's just like, those are his coworkers dressing up like his coworkers or his dad's coworkers. But also, how hilarious would it be if JC shows up as the guy that's trying to like get him the whole time as the devil? Show the little horns, the little pitchfork. Now that's a funny costume, is it not? You think JC's not going to win a costume contest? It's the son of God is the devil. Are you telling me that's not funny?
I think he has a little pun fun with it, puts on a dress, and goes as a cross dresser.
Hey, dude, it's 2022, man. We don't make fun of things like that.
It's a pun. Or maybe he literally goes as a cross dresser and he dresses up in like a big box costume that's a dresser. It's like a clothes dresser with a cross on it. He's like, I'm a cross dresser.
That also would be a good one. Robert, any ideas from you?
I was thinking he goes as a ghost and he's like the Holy Spirit.
Holy fuck, that's good.
Or
I like that.
He could grab a name tag. Be like, I'm Robert.
Jesus. Yahweh.
No, I think he would still go as Robert. I like the cross-dresser. I'm going to say cross-dresser.
I kind of like Holy Ghost. Not going to lie. Kind of like Holy Ghost.
Is good too.
But then I just think how funny it would be if JC shows up in the devil costume. It'd be funny.
Or if he dressed up as like Buddha.
Now, see, another guy like that. That would be wild.
I respect my contemporaries.
I also wrote, I did not choose to say it earlier, but Hamburglar.
That would be fun.
Don't know why that came to mind, but Jesus is a Hamburglar.
Oh, he could go as the floating chick from Stranger Things because he can float in the air.
He can float. Somebody photoshopped Jesus as the Hamburglar.
Or he'd go as the guy who plays the guitar from Stranger Things. I don't know any of these characters. I just know that's going to be a hot costume this year.
That's going to be the Joker, I thought. But then Jeffrey Dahmer seems like that's a big one now. People are going to be, even though maybe not. I don't know. I don't care anymore. I don't care about costumes these days. You be you. Do whatever makes you happy. Unless it's Kanye West, and don't be an anti-Semite because we disavow that. Or Hitler. Don't be Hitler.
Yeah.
Either.
Don't do
also
that.
Disavow that. So I think we kind of split on this, but I like Holy Ghost. We had to pick one. And then I think if we each individually had to pick, Pat's got crossdresser, Robert has Holy Ghost, and I have devil. So lots of options. Great question. Very timely, very topical, Mundo. Moving on, we got the not cool segment. And there's a lot of things in this life that are not cool. But one of those things is absolutely not Little M Shop, because Little M Shop is the coolest. LittleMShop.com, LittleEMShop.com. Was it Alex O last week? It was like, hey, now my room smells better because I got a Little M Shop air freshener. I know a lot of you guys have been supporting Little M Shop. Hit them up at Little EM Shop on Instagram and at Little EM Tweets on Twitter. Also, LittleEMShop.com. It's a perfect place to go to for a little gift. You need a little like Christmas is coming up. Maybe you want to get your Christmas stuff ready a little bit early. It is a little bit early for that, but like little stocking stuffers, a little air freshener in there. Those things are badass. Those are the best air fresheners in the world. They're way better than those Dayback Bitch little green trees that people have on their rear view mirrors. So don't fly around with one of those. Don't drive around with one of those. Get your little M air freshener. Also, they got t-shirts. They got mirrors. They got makeup stuff for the ladies. They got all kinds of productivity tools. They got keychains you can customize. Maybe you want a Gravy King keychain. You can get one custom made just like that. LittleEMShop.com. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Use our promo code PTG69 for 10% off your order at LittleEMShop.com. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. Little EM Tweets on Twitter and at Little EM Shop on Instagram. LittleEMShop.com. Use promo code PTG69 for 10% off your order at LittleEMShop.com, the official sponsor of the Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
All right. If you would like to submit a not cool to us, basically throughout the week, there's all kinds of stuff that happens to us. It just may say, hey, man, That's not cool. I mean, you get run over by a bus. That's really not cool. You stub your toe. That's also not cool. There's varying degrees. Submit them to us. We like to look at all of your not cools. We started this segment just as a way to like vent and bitch about stuff that happens to us. That's kind of your outlet as well. We're going to pick some of the best ones each week. At Pass Grade Pod, use the hashtag PTG not cool. That's how we'll sift through them. We only look on Twitter to find those, so that's where you do it. At Pass Grade Pod, hashtag PTG not cool. Let's start with some listener submitted not cools. Our first one, and Robert, if you watch the video version, Robert will put all the photos that you include with them up on the video version. So that's another reason to go watch the video version, but also like click play on the audio version. So we get credit for both. We really appreciate that. And but at Brandon Davis, aka Texas Cat Daddy, at a stream of cream, says his not cool is my DoorDasher not being able to follow directions or even really communicate with me. I even watched him circle the complex. I reached out and this was his response. Now his response. So like, sometimes if you live in an apartment complex, the DoorDashers or food delivery people have to be like, oh, hey, I can't get in this gate. And then you kind of got to talk to them on the app or whatever. A lot of times you provide instructions. Brandon, in this case, said, I can meet you at the front gate. And the person sent a picture of them holding the bag and said, no encuentro to apartamento. I guess no entrance to apartment?
No encuentro tu apartamento. That means I can't find your apartment.
I was kind of close to that. Puedes venir. What does that mean?
He's like, can you come out?
And then aquí me trajo la ubicación.
I think I froze on my end. He said, aquí me trajo la... He's saying this is where Uber brought me.
This is where Uber brought me. Okay. So all of that is in Spanish. Obviously, the deliverer does not speak English. Now, I have had this happen several times, and it can be a pickle. It can be a real pickle sometimes because you're like, all right. Usually they'll call and then they'll be like, hablo español, and you're like, no hablo español. And then I just kind of try and go outside. And I'm like, where are you at, bud? And it is an unfortunate thing that happens sometimes. Usually for the delivery people, they will just like, they get the food, they drop it off. Because Robert we were kind of talking about this before we started. Like, I was like, no, it's happened. Like, that's happened to me before. It is really frustrating, but you can't really be mad at somebody. But like, I was like, there should also be like a filter where it's like, I don't speak English. So like, I don't, but like, then also like, would I have to be like, I speak English and Spanish? Like, if I also can speak Spanish, is that okay? Like, I don't know. I was like, there should be a filter, but also like, yeah, it's a very rare occurrence. I feel like where they're like, I just drop it off normally. Only a few times do they have to like call the people. It really fucking sucks. It's one of those situations where it's not on anybody, but it's just a fucking not cool situation to be in.
Yeah.
Not cool situation at all. So T's and P's, bud. And hopefully your food was still good. Right?
Hopefully. It's making me hungry looking at it.
Yeah. I don't even know what it was, but it looks good. Todd Voss has our next one at as_seen_by_TV. Todd says, I understand that servers are underpaid and that they live off of tips, but it's not a good look when my drink is nearly empty. I'm waiting on my order and I see you sitting down at another table on your phone taking selfies.
Yeah, no, it's fully okay to call out bad service.
Not in this day and age.
No, that's fine. If you like, I get pissed at servers all the time when they're in the back just sitting there talking. I'm like, dude, I just took an order at one of your tables for you. Get the fuck out on the floor. And especially if they're on the floor sitting at a table taking self, I'd be like, dude, water. Like, come on, man. I wouldn't say it like that, obviously. But yeah, no, it's fine to call out bad service. And that's not a, oh, well, they're underpaid, so it's okay. No, you're still paid to do the job.
Yeah.
Just because you're underpaid doesn't mean you can just go, well, fuck it, I'm not going to do the things that I'm paid for. You know what they're paid in? Tips. You know how you get better tips? Good service. You know how you get paid shit tips? Sit at a table and take selfies while your table that you're supposed to be taking care of needs shit. Pretty fucking simple.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying. It's one of those things where like now, like I feel like some people are like, I just don't want them to take like a viral video of me being like, this person was mean, because you only see one side of it in a lot of those. And it's like, but like, what, were you a dick to them? Like, were they wait? Like, I do see like a lot of those where it's like you get a $1 tip or a 0 tip, and I don't agree with that. But like, also, I've had some really shitty experiences where you're like, if all that somebody saw was that like my name next to a bill and a 0, but they didn't understand what had happened. It's like, this guy didn't talk to me the whole time. They took my order. They never refilled my drink. They took forever to bring me the check. I was late to whatever I was going to. Like that, like people don't see that other side of it, but like that just fucking sucks. It's a real big not cool. I feel like, I mean, respect your servers, always be cool with your servers. Don't treat them like shit, but like they should also like, serve you.
Yeah.
T's and P's.
Pretty simple.
T's and P's, bro. Melissa Hyde at Mel Hyde myself writes in with our next one. She said, had to fish a dead rat out of my pool. Oh, wow. I didn't know you were a millionaire with a pool. JK. We're JK. But yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big boy.
A big one. Poor little guy. Just maybe going for a swim. I wonder, did he get stuck in the
filter?
The filter? I feel like there's always like stuff that gets stuck in those. Frogs always die in there. I bet.
I mean, do you have any turtles?
Whose pool always had like frogs in it.
If she had turtles in there, maybe he was just trying to go in and get them.
Rat versus a turtle? Yeah.
Just trying to teach him ninja techniques, ninjutsu.
No, makes sense. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Like that.
Yeah, dead rats are gross.
How to deal with anything dead is just like, no thanks. No thanks. T's and P's, Melissa. Glad you got through that. Our next one is from Mike Fish at Only Mike Fish on Twitter. He's also the co-host with me at the Clear and Big Blue podcast that you can check out anywhere you listen to podcasts and on YouTube as well. But Mike said, had an x-ray. They described my soft tissues as unremarkable. I came here to see if I had something seriously wrong with my knee, not to be insulted. 0 stars.
It's hilarious.
It is pretty funny. It says the soft tissues are unremarkable. There is no joint effusion appreciated, but the soft tissues are unremarkable. Dude, I think your soft tissues are so remarkable, bro. Very remarkable.
Is the penis soft tissue?
He's British though, but they're fucking brilliant.
Unremarkable.
They're incredible. Top notch. It's a real cracker of a soft tissue. Okay, we're not going to do British accents for 10 minutes again, but.
Well, on the other hand, no, I'm just kidding.
No, that's funny, but
that's
dude, like you got remarkable soft tissue, bro.
There's got to be another way to write it. Like no
at
issues.
Only Mike Fish. At Only Mike Fish, they would be like, bro, great soft tissue. Soft tissue game strong, bro. Craig Cruz. At my name is Craig08 on Twitter says, was doing my deliveries, and you'll see the picture on the video version of it. It appears he is a delivery driver, so that goes along with that. But was doing my deliveries when I saw 48 milks and other items shoved into a cooler. I later found spilt milk all over the truck, and yep. It's a lot of spilt milk. Looks like a lot of spilt milk. But one thing I always learned was no sense crying over spilt milk. Mm-hmm. So if you think about it that way, it sucks that happened. But
he's not crying.
We're not crying about it, all right?
Just don't cry.
It's just like when it's like a work thing that now I got to clean this up. Fuck, it's just one more thing I got to do. That blows.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst part of it, honestly. It's not getting to your delivery and being like, we're down a bunch of milk.
So now I have another chore.
It wasn't packed right. It's that you have to clean the truck. I mean, so you can't just leave milk in the back of your truck. It's hot. It's going to stink. You got to clean that shit right away. Which, I don't know. Do you get to your next delivery and be like, do you guys got a hose I can borrow?
Or is it's refrigerated? So you just go through that bad boy, hoping it doesn't start smelling bad.
Is the whole truck refrigerated, or just was that one blue crate refrigerated?
Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal.
It does not look like a refrigerated truck. I can tell you that right now. but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, that fucking like that's the worst one.
That sucks. Yeah, you're the winner of the Not Cool segment this week, I believe.
Sorry,
Peace
Craig.
and peace, brother. Love you, buddy. Love you.
Also, Craig, your Twitter avatar should be Craig from South Park. Just that's a pro tip for you.
Just a thought. All right. I think that's the last listener submitted. Not cool. We'll start off with ours. I have a couple if you'd like for me to start off this week.
Go for it.
First off, it happened to be this morning. Actually, I already had a not cool, and I have. You guys have both been to my apartment. I have a little whiteboard. And I have a basket at the end of the whiteboard right by where I walk out. I put my keys there. I put my wallet there. I put my sunglasses there. And that's where I take them. Those are my things, like phone, wallet, keys, sunglasses. Usually that's what I take when I leave the house. And this morning I took everything but the wallet. And I have my key card to get into work. And I got to work, walked in to buzz into the lobby and realized I didn't have my wallet. And that's just a pretty shitty feeling. Luckily, I was able to call my wonderful wife, Emma, and she had to leave for work a little bit earlier so she could drop off my wallet. But I was able to like talk to the security guard, be like, yo, you see me every morning, right? Like, we're tight. And she was cool, but it was just one of those things where then I had to call my boss and be like, bro, can you come let me in these doors right here? Like, I'm upstairs. I just forgot my card. And then just having to wait, like I couldn't go pee beforehand without having to ask somebody for their card. So I just like, whatever, we'll get this through. Emma brought it like within 30 minutes, but like, it was just a hassle. And then I gave other people choice. So that was a solid, not cool that I wanted to add in today. But then my real not cool. Now this is my real one. We had some stuff going on this weekend, so I didn't really do a lot of shopping for the weekend for like food and stuff. Got booze, obviously. Got
Obviously.
You got the essentials. But didn't really shop for like food related stuff. So then on Saturday morning, Emma was like, well, do you want to like order food from this place? And I was like, all right, whatever. Let's order breakfast from here. We'll get a DoorDash. And so we ordered our stuff. I got what was called a brisket scramble, which I've never had at this place, but it sounded awesome. And it was just like brisket. It's called a scramble. So I would assume scrambled eggs. And it was like, what kind of eggs would you like? And I clicked scrambled eggs. Mix it all together. You know, I'm down for that. Then my food shows up. Didn't have any issues with DoorDash or anything like that. But when my food showed up, I opened the box and some motherfucker put poached eggs in there. Poached eggs on a scramble. Now, one, who the fuck likes poached eggs? That shit's gross. You can consume eggs in so many different ways. Poached eggs, throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. And you know what I did?
It's all yolk, baby.
I did throw it in the trash. I was like, no. And it was like, you just threw all of it. I don't want it.
Even the brisket part?
It was on top of the brisket. I don't want fucking gross poached eggs all over my fucking brisket. Fuck that.
Dude, you don't like yolk.
I actually do like yolk because I like sunny side up.
I
don't want poached eggs. I don't like it. I don't like the way that poached eggs are. If it's flat and I can see it, I don't like it when it's off. Why is it called poached? Is it illegal? Like, are you illegally hunting these eggs? I don't understand.
My God, Alex.
It's gross. I hate poached eggs. I think they're fucking stupid. And getting poached eggs in a scramble when it's called a scramble, and I put scrambled eggs. I checked the order back. It said scrambled. You fucked it up, restaurant. You fucked that shit up. And poached eggs are fucking trash. I don't want poached eggs on a scramble. It's called a scramble. There shouldn't even be an option how you want your eggs. It should just be fucking scramble.
It's literally the same exact thing as sunny side up, except it's like encased.
Yeah, which is weird.
Now it would have been so much worse. Can you imagine if they'd given you hard boiled in your scramble? That would suck.
Somebody did send us egg power rankings after I bitched about. I just tweeted out, no context really, but I just was like, poached eggs are trash. And somebody was like, power rank these eggs. So we're gonna probably do that next week. Remember, that's the one we'll do next week. But I don't know where I put poached eggs or hard-boiled eggs because I hate both.
Hard-boiled eggs suck, dude. Like, the only reason to hard-boil an egg is if you're making deviled eggs. And deviled eggs are fucking Dope.
Deviled eggs are garbage as well.
You're such a garbage person.
Deviled eggs are garbage as well.
God, I fucking hate you. I forgot about your take on this.
Getting poached eggs when something was called a scramble, it should just be self-explanatory that it's scrambled eggs. So that was like, I was like excited for breakfast. There was like that 30-minute like period of time. I was like, fucking breakfast is coming. I'm gonna watch some college football. I was placing some bets in. I was like, my tummy's rumbling. Gonna get me some breakfast to go in here. Start the day off right. I've got my bets all in, ready to go. My bets were all placed. I was watching college football, and
So what did you eat?
Nothing. Lunch is what I ate.
Jesus.
I intermittent fasted.
Were the eggs already broken on top of it, or were they still intact?
They were still the eggs. The poaches were still unpoached.
That's a pretty damn well poached egg that it didn't break in transit. You're like, I don't. That's
I
so
didn't even
dumb.
appreciate it.
The fact that you will eat sunny side up eggs, but not poached eggs. It's literally the exact same egg.
Poached eggs are doing too much, dude. Like, I don't need it being in like a ball. I don't fucking need that shit. Like sunny side up's like, here, do it on a pan. Here, have it now. That's fine. I don't want it in a fucking weird ball and it goes like, I don't want that. I don't fucking want that. That shit.
That definitely means that somebody ordered poached eggs and got scrambled. Which, like, if you order that, you're like, whatever, I still get some scrambled eggs. That's fine.
Right? It's the exact reverse. Like you can want whatever kind of eggs, but like scrambled eggs is like the most like universal. Like whatever, it's eggs.
But you know that person is going to be angry about their order because they're like, if you order poached eggs, it's like that's probably the only thing you eat is poached eggs. Like I would prefer my eggs poached, not sunny side up. I want to make this more difficult on the restaurant.
I'm drinking my sparkling water. I'd like my eggs poached or benedicted, which I don't know what that means either.
So if you're gonna get poached eggs, get it on a Benedict, which means
what's an eggs Benedict?
It's so like usually it'll be like a English muffin, some hollandaise, and a poached egg, I believe. I don't know. I don't really get Benedict at all.
Wait, so eggs Benedict is eggs on top of like a bread?
Yeah, so I'm just Googling it to reaffirm myself because I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. It's just like English muffin, egg, and like hollandaise sauce, I think is what it is.
Stupid.
Dude, this is, and I know we've covered this 100 times. Fuck you, every goddamn recipe site on the internet. I don't want to read 16 paragraphs. Just give me what the fuck.
Like, did you have a word count? Like, what? Just type up what we need. It's not that difficult. But like, there's all kinds of eggs I'll eat. I'll eat most types of eggs. You know, like a fried egg, that's fine. Scrambled eggs, that's tight. Sunny side up, that's tight. Over easy, whatever.
Yeah, so I was right. Egg, English muffin, hollandaise, sometimes like a sort of meat on there, like bacon or something.
That's
but
probably only good because they had to like soak up the grossness of the poached egg and like probably cancel out the part of it was poached.
You're so dumb, dude.
Poached eggs suck.
Dude, if you like yolk, poached eggs should be one of your fucking favorite ways to eat them because it's all goddamn yolk.
I don't like it that way.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
Fuck you. Poached eggs suck.
You
all
suck.
right, buddy. That was my not cool. I got poached eggs. I did not want poached eggs. What do you have?
So I had told you guys this already before, but this weekend I'm driving up to Johnson City. My brother's gonna be moving back here, so I'm going up to get him and bring him back.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which in and of itself is kind of a not cool because I've been living in a house that is at least decently quiet. Like
is this his room?
That I'm in? Yeah. So I don't know. He's going to sleep in my sister's crafts room now or something. I don't know. He'll figure that out where the fuck he gets here. Also, his old mattress and box spring, I now have my mattress on top of those. So I don't know where the fuck he's sleeping because I ain't giving that shit up. We do have a spare like bed in the other room he can use, but whatever. Fuck him. So that's all part of the not cool because like now my house, he's just going to be talking all the goddamn time constantly. And I've had like,
great content for the podcast, I'm sure.
Honestly, I've had like 75% of the house to myself in like the last couple of years. because my sister just kind of hangs back in her room and does her own thing. And then she'll come out and cook and goes back to her room. Now she's going to be talking to me all the goddamn time. So that sucks. But my actual not cool. So I'm going up to get him Friday after work, which means I'm going to be driving during the Astros game. So that's going to suck.
I mean, baseball is like the best radio sport there is, though.
Yeah, but like I might just stream it and like kind of have it on my phone and hope I don't crash the whole time.
That works too.
Yeah, that might.
Emma will watch like Netflix, or like she'll like download a Netflix movie and just like play that in the car sometimes. I'm like, what are you doing?
Is she driving?
Yeah.
What? That's psycho
Wild.
shit.
Like she'll just like listen to a movie.
Okay, listen. Like if she just has
like
it, like,
she also has like
she
has a thing that you like put in the middle of like one of like the air vents, and it's
she
like
mounts the phone.
Yeah,
watches it.
But like I mean, like you mount that for like the directions too. But like she'll just have like Netflix on.
I would just
this morning when she brought me my wallet, I was like, "Are you watching a show while driving to work?" And so, yeah, that's what she was
That's
doing.
Psycho shit.
It's
I would
wild.
never. I mean, you should just drive at that point.
Well, what if I'm not in the car?
Oh, I'm saying anytime you are in the car, just be like, no.
Yeah,
you
no,
watch
I
the show,
will.
I'll drive.
I will. She only does like when she's in the car by herself.
That's the worst time to do it.
It's wild.
That's psycho shit.
But I don't think she watches the whole thing. She just listens.
I hope so.
It's pretty crazy.
Jeez, but yeah, that's.
So don't do that thing. Don't do that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm probably going to. That's the. I just shit talked it, but I'm like, yeah, but I'll do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm a great driver.
Baseball was like the perfect radio sport.
Yeah, so I'm sure I'll go on iHeart and find wherever the fuck it's playing, and I'll just listen to that. But then I know I'm going to be driving through like all these little fucking towns, and I'm going to lose goddamn signal.
It'll do that for the video anyways. So.
3-2 fucking count. I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah. And I'm going to get to Fredericksburg at like, or not Fredericksburg now, Johnson City at like fucking 10:30 at night and just be cussing him up and down, pissed off.
Y'all driving back that same night?
No. No, I'm staying for the weekend and then I'll drive back.
Why don't you just go the next morning?
Because I don't want to drive up and then drive back the next day, you know?
You leave early enough.
I'd rather be able to wake up there. You know, I've done it all in the past. I've done this trip a million fucking, well, not this specific one. This will actually be the first time I get to see my parents' new house too. So that'd be tight. I've heard it's kind of a bitch to get to though, once you go off the road, but whatever. Yeah.
It's definitely good to do at night then.
Just, yeah. I mean,
no lights, no street lights.
Well, no, not. It's just that,
or at
like,
least
it's
less.
Like the small road that leads right to their house right there is kind of narrow. So like they said, it's just kind of a bitch to navigate right there. But like, you know, I've got new headlights, man. I'm fine. It's just like if you're it's a bitch in that, like if you're going up the road and somebody's coming down it, you can't really do that. Which by the time I'm getting in, I don't really anticipate it being a problem.
Yeah.
But I get to see the dogs. So like
that's pretty tight.
And
dogs,
you know,
tight.
My parents, but like dogs, right?
Yeah, dogs.
My dad actually sent me a picture this morning of my mom's brand new BMW. He goes, just spending your inheritance. I was like, fucking sick. Rub my nose in it, dick.
W's just sick.
It's like the exact same car she already had. It's just the new one. I was like, all right, cool, Dad.
Can I have the old one? No.
Fuck no. No. Too much maintenance. But yeah, that's what I got.
What you got?
So for Sam's birthday, I made this thing like that had like it's a waveform of her mom saying "I love you." That made this thing that was gonna get it printed out. But like the journey to get it printed out has been really annoying. Like there's a Walgreens pretty close to us that does printing. Like, okay, this is the closest thing. It says the size available that I want, 24 by 36, same day pickup. Like, perfect. I placed the order. They said, I got my order. It'll be ready in an hour. All right, cool. I'll go later in the day. I go, and they say, oh, hey, your order's not ready. I'm like, oh, but I got the email saying it would be ready in an hour. I'm like, okay, let me look in the system. I'm like, oh yeah, we have it here in the system, but we don't have that size paper. I'm like, okay, well, why did it say online that it was in stock and available for same day pickup? Okay, I'll just send it to a different Walgreens. That's a little further away, but not much further. I'm like, okay, I get that one done. That one, I actually do get an email saying your order is ready to pick up. I go, and they're like, we don't have this size paper in stock. I'm like, okay, but this thing here says my order is ready for pickup. Why is it not?
Why not just say not available?
Yeah.
Error.
I'm like, okay, whatever. I think I do a third one, and I think this one does have the paper, but when I get there, they're like, our printer doesn't work.
Jesus.
Like no way this is happening. Then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to forget Walgreens. I'm going to look up other sites close to us that do it. There's a FedEx that does it near us. And I see, so the Walgreens one would have cost like $15. I see a FedEx that an 11 by 17, which is not what I want, costs like $1 something. And then a 24 by 36, the size that I do want, costs $40.
Jesus.
Like, okay, that's a big jump.
Yeah, tad bit.
I'm not gonna do that. Like I go in person because I see online that it says quantity 6 and I can't change that. So I'm like, okay, maybe for some reason it wants me to print 6 of them and that's why it's $40. So I go to the FedEx and I'm like, hey, what's the price? I just want one. Like in person it was $45. So $5 more than doing it online. I'm like, okay.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, it was more expensive.
Yeah, that's weird.
In person. And like the person there helping me asked, like, do you want it today? So I thought that made a difference in the price. She's like, no, that doesn't make a difference. I'm like, okay, why is it more expensive in person? Like, whatever. I'm gonna keep looking. And I was able to do it at a Staples. That says, okay, it'll be done tomorrow, which was today. And I did get an email saying it's good, it's ready to pick up. I'm like, okay, hopefully it's there. I go earlier today, I pick it up. The person unrolls it for me to see it, and like it's all smudgy. Someone who had rolled it up, I guess, had dirty hands, and there was smudge and fingerprints all over it. I'm like, oh, come on. And she's like, okay, oh, yeah, no problem. I can reprint it for you. And it's just going to take like 5 to 10 minutes for it to actually print. So now I'm also just waiting there. I finally do get it. So it's all good now. But it was really a big hassle and pain. Just
it was a journey.
Yes. It was an adventure.
Those are the worst, like, not cools where it's just like, all right, well, this is the one. I just got to do this thing. Okay, that's fine. I'll go to like plan B. And then you're just like, all right, I'm looking up stuff online. Right? Like that is a pain in the ass, dude. I feel that. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, I'll give you, for future reference, if you do this, I know online ordering is easier. Just go right into the Walgreens because most of the time the photo department's not going to be very busy. Yeah. And they can usually get it done pretty quickly, but also they might not have somebody there that really knows the photo equipment. Now, like I used to work there and they'll cross-train you a little bit, but sometimes it's like, oh, I need this one and printed on the canvas and it's wrapped around the wood and stapled on. Good luck if you got somebody that knows how to do all that very well that day. Like sometimes you just have like, I remember I was in photo, like I trained like 1 or 2 days and then like I was there the next day and I got one of those orders and I was like, I mean, they fucking kind of showed me how to do this once. Let's see if this shit works.
Yeah, that
and
one.
Like, then you hope your store manager knows how to help you out. And then if they don't, they'll just be like, yeah, sorry, we don't have that in stock right now.
Yeah,
which is probably what happened. They probably had it and just lied and were like, yeah, we don't have it in stock because nobody knows how to do it.
They said the printer was broken. They told me to come back tomorrow. And so I did. And when I went the next day, they were like, yeah, I don't know how to do this. It's still broken or we still can't figure it out. So I'm like, okay, so you made me.
Yeah, you wasted my time, dude. Thanks a lot.
I will say this. If you ever want some of that stuff that's like printed on like the canvas and then just like wrapped around that like wood frame, Walgreens is a pretty dope place to do it. Like, it's not that expensive, and they can usually get it done in like 20, 30 minutes.
And in the future, it just text me if you were like at FedEx and like, hey, I'm trying to get some for Sam. And I'll just send you $40.
Yeah, like
because I'm the idiot. It's just like, I just need it now. I don't fucking care. Here's the money. Whatever. I'll just pay 50 times more than I thought I would.
Yeah, that jump from like $15 from the Walgreens to $45 in person, I was like, that's a pretty big jump. So I'm gonna keep looking.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, sorry, but that's a real shitty one.
That's a really shitty one.
In addition to this, I got her a frame too, like from Michael's, and I placed the order online, like for a white frame, and I'm driving there. I get there to the Michael's, and like as I'm driving, I had got an email from Michael saying, "Oh, actually, we don't have this in stock. Your order's been canceled." And
that's the problem with online ordering, man. Like, it's just, not only do they just not update online things to tell you what's in stock, it's really hard to keep track of what's in stock. Because like, you could be like, oh, we've got 3 of them. Somebody orders one, and then 2 people walk into the store.
Yeah.
To buy them, and you're like, fuck. So like, as annoying as it is, and as convenient as online ordering is, it's half the time it's not going to fucking work if you're going to pick it up in store, because they don't know what's in stock. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic trying to find a fucking gator to wear as a mask. Everywhere online said they had them in stock. You place the order, and 20 minutes later you get the email, oh, we don't have any. Well, why the fuck? I go into every academy in the area. Oh, you've got 3 of them? I placed the order. 20 minutes later, yeah, we don't have any in stock. Fucking update your shit, man.
They're selling like hotcakes.
But that's a real brutal one, Robert. There's nothing worse than a quick chore turning into a 3-day adventure.
Yeah. All day, yeah. But did she get it yet? Did you open it up for her?
Yeah, she got it just earlier today. Yeah.
Is it her birthday today?
He was loudly talking about it in the house with her in it, but he hadn't given it to her yet.
No, her birthday was on the 17th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy late birthday, Sam.
Yeah, but that's just like the whole process of how long it took to
that's
get it
wild.
printed, get it painted. I think she's in the process of mounting it now.
That's what she said.
Ha!
Well, T's and P's, bro. T's and P's. I think that might win. That might win the not cool this week. Hashtag PTG not cool to @PassGamePod if you'd like to submit your not cools to us. Pat, will you tell everybody quickly? Oh wow, that's awesome. That looks really cool.
That's cool as shit.
Good gift, Robert.
And it's got her mom's handwriting here saying,
"Great gift."
A+. Are you a little upset that like now you know you can't ever top that gift? Probably.
Yeah. Well, I was just like, or would
you guys?
Me like, I got you this really good gift.
Guys, do not
stand behind you and just hold it the whole rest of the podcast too.
Guys, don't let your girls listen to this podcast because they're like, you didn't get me anything that thoughtful.
Just get her a tattoo of that next time. Like,
Rob just making us all look like shit.
And then take her to the tattoo place.
No.
Just do that. It'll crush. It'll crush, bro. All right, Pat, will you tell me about Southern Star real quickly? And then we will get into the answers segment.
Oh, I would love to. I am drinking. I would say this is the official beer of the podcast, the Strawberry Bombshell Blonde. I mean, we did kind of not really bully, but badger them into making it a year-round beer because it's so absolutely delicious that it deserves a full year, not just seasonal. We also have, of course, the regular Bombshell Blonde, the classic. I even hesitate to call it regular because there's nothing regular about it. It is the best blonde ale out on the market. You're not going to find a better one everywhere. You got the Metzli. I still have a few, shockingly, of the Wit, the Bombshell Wit. I love that one. Classic conspiracy theory. Anything you want, any flavor, they're going to have it. Of course, it's spooky season. It's Oktoberfest season. Get you some of that. You're not going to get a better Oktoberfest anywhere in there. And if you're looking for something to do this weekend for Halloween, this Saturday, it's the 29th. It's not Halloween, obviously. What are you going to do? That's on a Monday. They're having their annual Halloween party, costume contest, music, all that stuff. More details. Check in on their Facebook, check in on their Instagram. More details to come, all that stuff. But I would assume that the winner of the costume contest is going to get some sort of beer. And of course, when you're at the tap room, when you're at the brewery, they've got all the special batches that you're only going to get from the taps in there. They got short releases, all that kind of stuff. They've got crossovers with other breweries that they do. The Salt and Lime, which we had a bunch of at Alex's wedding. Big fan of that one. I don't know if they have any left. If they do, you need to get on it. Any way you can get it, go to H-E-B, Kroger, all of them. They're going to stock you up. They've got them everywhere because it's the best beer around. You're not going to beat it. If you can't get out there this Saturday after, November 5th, Crafts and Crafts. They do this a good amount. Go up there, drink some beer, learn how to make some shit. I don't know any other details past that, but drink some beer, make some shit. November 4th, 1 to 5. And then, of course, after that, stay, drink some more beer. It's always a good way to do it. More beer is better than less beer, right? That's what I always say.
Facts.
And if you do happen to find, which you will, one of those test batches that you like a lot, pick yourself up a growler, because a lot of those aren't canned. Get yourself a growler from the brewery, fill yourself up, bring it home with you. Perfect. Drink more beer responsibly, guys.
Southern Star Brewing Company, guys. Best beer in the entire world. Official beer sponsor of Past Grade Podcast and the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question. What's the question?
Answers.
Any questions?
Shout out David F. Pumpkins. If you'd like to submit anything for the Answers segment, you got a high thought, you got a question, you got a business idea, anything you want to run past the boys, you want relationship advice, we got you on that. Mm-hmm. At Past Grade Pod, use the hashtag PTG Answers. That's how we search for it on Twitter. Hashtag PTG Answers. If you want to suggest a power rankings for us, make sure to include 5 choices at least, or up to 5 choices in the power rankings. But hashtag PTG Answers at Past Grade Pod. And then you can also email them to us, answers@pastgradepod.com, or just go to pastgradepod.com and click contact, and you can do it that way. But we do prefer Twitter. So Twitter is probably the best way to go. That's how we get all the ones this week are from Twitter. So Twitter's your best bet at getting your Answers question picked. Our first one, as we do most week, comes from our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Skylar!
At OMG, it's Skylar. And Skylar says, if you worked for an Indian restaurant that you had to sign an agreement to not share their recipe for flatbread, would it be called a non-disclosure agreement?
It's pronounced non. N-A-A-N.
Nan.
Pretty sure it's not.
Nan.
No. And for those of you that don't know, Indian flatbread is called non.
Nan.
So yes, it is definitely a non-disclosure agreement. I mean, what else would NDA stand for?
That's what I was under the impression it was a NAN disclosure agreement.
I hate you.
NAN.
I will listen to Nan more of this.
Only Nan more times. So yes.
You call yourself a Nan?
It would be called a NAN disclosure agreement or an NDA. Great question, son. Our next one we got is from Danielle Weston at Danny_Weston on Twitter. And Danielle says, are claustrophobic people claustrophobic that their brains are trapped inside their skull?
No, it's a sensory thing. You don't sense what's inside your head. Eyes, ears, smell, all that. You just feel closed in upon. Your brain doesn't feel that.
Yeah, it's got to be.
You got to be able to perceive the closed space.
Yeah. Because if your brain had eyes, yeah, probably. Probably you would be, but I don't think claustrophobic people.
Your eyes are on the outside, so
because would you be claustrophobic that your heart was in between all this stuff? That your organs were in your rib cage? I don't think so.
Are you claustrophobic when your organs are up in her rib cage? Oh, right.
Hey, you guys know what I'm talking about, fellas. Breast for life.
Guts, bro.
Ladies, take a break. Fellas, you know what we're talking about.
Babe, I just want to feel claustrophobic with you.
I know you have a problem with claustrophobia, but like, babe, I'm just trying to feel the same way you feel. I'm helping you. Just want to get closer, babe. Unrelated thing, because it had to do with brains, and I don't really know, but I learned yesterday that most people in comas do not have dreams.
That sucks.
I was watching a show. It's called The Midnight Club on Netflix. It's like a spooky show, but we're watching it because it's spooky season. But somebody was in a coma, and I was like, I wonder if you just have wild dreams like Tony Soprano did. And then I learned quickly that life is not just like The Sopranos, so probably don't. And everybody's like, yeah, usually the stuff in your brain is messed up, so that's why you're in a coma and you don't recall anything, even if you do have dreams. But yeah, I don't think people are claustrophobic because their brains are in their head, or else they'd be just constantly freaking out, you know?
Freaking the fuck out.
Constantly freaking out. Are you guys claustrophobic?
No, but like if I was in like a cave and I had like it collapsed and then I had to crawl through like a really small area, that would probably fuck me up. But I think that would fuck up most people. Regular small spaces don't bother me.
Like, have you ever had an MRI?
No. That wouldn't bother me because I can still see out of
a little tube,
you know.
Yeah, but if you were all the way in.
It's the same thing. Like, I'm not afraid of heights, but like if I were to get on top of a building with no rail and peer over the edge, I wouldn't like that shit.
Yeah, see, like I'm not afraid of heights, but we used to do that charity thing for the Special Olympics where we would rappel down a hotel. And like, I remember that the first time I did it, I was like, this is cool. I'm so excited to do this. And like the second, like, all right, we'll just step over. I'm like, no, fuck that shit. No. And then like I did it, but like your body is always just like, let's not step over that. And then when somebody tells you like don't worry, this rope will hold you.
But can I just like crawl over the edge and feel that the rope is holding me first?
Yeah, but like what if it doesn't hold me? Like, don't worry, it will. It's literally held everybody all day. Okay. And then the second time I went and did it, I was like, well, it's got to be better. And like it was kind of similar the first time, but then after that, I was just like, fuck it, dude. Full send.
I'm gonna swan dive off this bitch.
Yeah, right. I didn't do that though.
No, that wouldn't be smart.
Did not do that. So no, I don't think claustrophobic people are claustrophobic about their brains. But great question though. Really thinking outside the box there. I like that. Josh Tree Cottle at Joshua Tree 713, the reigning Pass the Gravy MVP at the Gravies Awards, says, by the way, Robert, remind me this week to reach out to Southern Star. We got to schedule a Christmas spooktacular for this year. So we'll work on scheduling that in the next week or so. And then hopefully we'll get a date for you guys so y'all can mark it on your calendar. But Josh Tree says, power rank these horror villains. And he gives us Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Chucky, and Pennywise. So Michael Myers from Halloween, Jason from Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street, and Pennywise from It. Obviously, Chucky from Chucky. I have mine.
Just going to leave off the leprechaun. Okay, can't believe it.
I've got mine if y'd like me to start.
Go for it.
Number one, Freddy Krueger. Because like you can't sleep. You literally like you got to stay up the whole fucking time. And that guy's got these fucking sharp claws. He's going to get you. Like, I don't like the fact that like you can't just be like, I'm just going to go to sleep and I don't have to worry about it. Because a lot of times when I have problems, you just sleep it off. You just go to sleep. You can't do that with Freddy Krueger.
So are you power ranking them as like scariest or most lethal?
Like guys I don't want
to fuck with?
I don't want to fuck with.
Okay.
Number two is Michael Myers. I don't know why they keep releasing him. Like, it seems like movie 55,
breaks out.
like, and sometimes they're transferring him, but a lot of times they're transferring him. Something happens during the transfer process and he gets out. Like, stop doing that. Just keep him in the same spot. All right. Seems like
just kill him.
That too. But that guy's killed a lot of people. Like he doesn't. he doesn't seem like he would be the scariest guy of those guys, but like, he just stabs the fuck out of everybody. His body count is way higher than Jason, who I have at 3. And Jason is like, that's scary because he like hides underwater sometimes and just shows up. He's intimidating. He's fucking that mask. Like, I'm gonna put Jason as my 3, just because like he's like Michael Myers, slightly less kill count. Number 4 is Pennywise. I feel like I could avoid sewers for a long time, but he also like feeds on your fear, and that's terrifying. But also like just stay out of the fucking sewer and stay away from red balloons. You know?
Yeah.
That would be my strategy in avoiding Pennywise. And then number 5 is Chucky, because he's a little bitch doll, and I could just kick the shit out of him. Like I said last week, where it was like, who do you think you could take in a fight? He's a little baby back bitch doll, and I could just kick the fuck out of Chucky. So Chucky would be my number 5. So Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason, Pennywise, and Chucky are my 1 through 5. Who wants to go next?
You want me to go, Robert, or you want to go?
I can go.
Okay.
Mine's not actually too dissimilar. My number 1 is also Freddy Krueger. He's my number 1.
Because you can't sleep.
You can't sleep. I'm gonna go then with Michael Myers. Let's kill a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of dolls, so I'm gonna go Chucky as my number 3.
It's creepy.
Yeah,
Like,
very unsettling.
You just kick the shit out of it.
Very unsettling. Then I'm gonna go Jason. The only thing I know Jason from, he comes from the lake in one of the movies. He
Right,
can walk
like
on in water. He can walk on the
kinda
bottom
scary.
of the surface. Yeah, kind of scary. Then I'll go with Pennywise, because all I know about him is that he has a balloon, and balloons aren't that scary.
And like, just stay out of the fucking sewer.
Yeah.
Easy. I don't go in very many sewers. If somebody's like, hey, dude, check out this thing in this sewer, and it's always something you like, that's how they lure you. But they're like, hey, Robert, I got World Series tickets in this sewer. I'd be like, I think something's up.
Yeah. No thanks.
This seems like an odd place to offer me World Series tickets, dude.
Yeah. It's going to be stinky too.
Yeah. Like in the movie, they did the one as kids and then they did one as adults where it comes back. Like when it's getting the adults, I'm like, dude, just. I think they did other stuff actually, but I was just avoid, like as an adult, it's very easy to avoid sewers.
Still haven't watched those. I need to.
Watch the new ones. I've never seen the old ones.
I kind of want to watch it just because what's his name played Pennywise. He's a fucking great actor, but I can't remember his name. But okay, I'm going. No, it's the dude from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I know.
Okay, number 1 is Michael Myers. He's the GOAT. I mean, he's literally like he started the whole slasher like genre. Like for 50 years they couldn't fucking. Apparently they just killed him in the new one. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I heard it wasn't very good.
Spoiler alert.
And we've already established that you don't like to sleep, so I guess that's why you wouldn't be afraid of Freddy Krueger.
Well, no, because he's going to go number 2 for me. But number 1, Michael Myers body count overall. They couldn't kill him for 50 years.
Got a bigger body.
He just kept coming back and killing people. 2, I'm going to go Freddy Krueger. Double dangerous. He was also like a child pedophile, so he's a bad guy, very evil, very bad.
He was a pedophile.
Yeah, he was like fucking kids and killing them. And that's why the parents burned him to death in that house. It's heavily implied. It's also like between the originals and the newer ones, it's kind of like maybe he was just killing kids. Maybe he was fucking them. It's not fully fleshed out, but like.
Yeah, I didn't know that part.
But either way, he was killing kids and maybe fucking them. Double bad guy.
You can't sleep.
Double bad guy.
That's the hardest part.
Double bad guy. This is where it gets difficult for me. I'm going to go Pennywise 3, just the sheer feeding on fear and being an evil clown and all that shit. That dude, he's dancing in hell with flames behind him. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see the movie. I saw clips. He's fucking very powerful. I don't like that shit. I don't want to fuck with that. 4, I'm going to go Chucky, because even though he's small and you can kick him, he's also small. He can hide and jump out and kill you. 5, I'm going to put Jason, because from what I've learned about most of those movies, most of the time he's killing teenagers that are having sex. That was not my problem when I was having a teenager, so he would have never targeted me.
Or now.
Yes, or now. So me and Jason, we got no beefs. We got no beefs, dog. You're not going to find me.
Good argument.
You're not going to find me banging on the side of a lake, disrespecting your grave where you died in the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jason, you do you, and I'll stay away from the lake.
Solid list. I feel like all around. I agree with like the reasoning on everybody's parts.
Yes.
It's a good power ranking.
Yeah.
I like that one, guys.
Maybe I should pick Jason number 1 because he's not going to kill me.
Maybe.
He just looks at me and goes, dude, your life is too sad.
Bro, just go. Just go, bro. That was a good one, Josh. At Josh Tree, at Joshua Tree 713 on Twitter. Our next one is from our buddy Todd Voss, 2 times in the same pod. Todd's gonna be talked about at
old Toddy 2 times.
At as_seen_by_TV. Todd says, if you could domesticate any animal hybrid, such as a liger, and make it a pet, what 2 animals would you crossbreed? Now, I thought about this for a very long time. I learned a lot today. I did do some research, so this ended up being a little bit of an education for me. If you could pick any 2 animals to domesticate and mix them together, it's obviously a dog and a monkey. I want a donkey. I want a donkey so bad.
Dude, I actually just can't. Dude, as I read this before, I was like, dude, a donkey. That's what I would call it.
A donkey. Now, I don't think that's done. I don't think they've done that. I don't think it's possible. If I had to pick one that's like really been done before and is available, I learned about the zebroid today, which is a cross between a zebra and a horse. You domesticate that bad boy, you can go places with it. It's got some sweet stripes. I could also train it to race and win money off of it. So really, I could gamble on it, and that would be sick.
Can you crossbreed a horse and a mule and call it a horse's ass?
A Huel.
I would want to call it a horse's ass.
You could name it Huel.
But yeah, of course, donkey was the first one that popped in my head. Also, the monktopus, because
That's
I think I was
just
in like
too much.
I think I was in like the first grade, and they're like, you have to draw something where you combine 2 animals, and I created the monktopus, top half monkey, bottom half octopus, more arms to give you a hug with, because it's a monkey and I want to hug it. I think the real answer though is you combine a wolf and a dog, and you just have a giant dog.
A wog.
You can call it that, but it's just a gigantic, because wolves are huge.
I think a wolf.
I think
we've done that though.
You get a big old dog. Yeah, but now we have wolves. Now we have dogs. You combine them both. I want a wolf dog.
You get
I want a giant dog.
If I get a husky.
But I want to try and crossbreed it with a short hair dog. So hopefully it has short hair.
What if you crossbred a wolf with
a bulldog?
With a bulldog or a chihuahua?
Well, I'm pretty sure a wolf's dick would tear a chihuahua apart.
A little wiener dog? A little wiener wolf? That'd be funny. That would be so cool.
Ooh.
Oh, it's that like, long you're not. Oh, look at you! You're not that threatening. You gonna go hunt? You gonna go hunt, guys?
The fucked up thing is with me is I would want to mix a wolf with the largest dog I could find, because I want this animal to be as large as possible, because I want huge dogs.
See, because like I saw like there was a growler, or it was like a grizzly bear and a polar bear, and I was like, that would be tight, but also like horrifying. Like, I don't want to be anywhere near that thing.
Yeah.
Like, that just seems like that would beat the fuck out of me, because I know those are both very mean bears.
Ooh, you mix a dog with a dragon, and then you get whatever the fuck that thing was in that never-ending story.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either. I haven't watched it in many years. But
what about a dog and a giraffe?
No, its head is too high. You can't reach it to pet it.
Fair.
They did a donkey and a dragon in Shrek.
That's true. Those were cute little animals. But they're young and they breathe fire and they fuck up your house.
What about a uni shark?
What's that?
A unicorn shark.
Those aren't real though.
That's called a marlin.
Yeah, it is called a marlin.
There's swordfish.
So that.
I'm going with marlin.
There you go, marlin. Okay. If I had to pick any 2 animals, a donkey, a dog and monkey, because those are my 2 favorite animals. Like, why wouldn't I want both of them?
Or a dolph or wog, whatever you want to call it.
A wolf and a dog. And then realistically, zebroid, half zebra, half horse. And that's my ticket to riches. Racing that bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you name him?
I've always said if I got a racehorse, I would name it Land Muffin because it's the opposite of Seabiscuit.
I was thinking like Stripey, but that's a better name.
No, I didn't have time to think of like a cool name for it. But that would be sick. And like if you tell me you go to the horse track and you see like they got zebra stripes on a horse and you're not betting that horse, you're crazy. Everybody's betting that horse.
Oh yeah.
Probably the fastest horse ever.
Could kill your odds though. Because everybody's betting it.
Yeah, but then we go to Kentucky Derby, we'd win that bitch. I'd sell that dude. Fucking the stud. Set for life.
Land Muffin.
$1 jillion. Yeah, Land Muffin. Talk of the town.
I like
be the
it.
next Secretariat. But
I like it.
That was a great question, Todd.
Really good
question.
one. I like
and that's
that.
how you make a double appearance on the pod. All right, we got one more. It's from my buddy Alex O at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter. And Alex wants to know which fast food establishment would be the best place to eat if they made it into a buffet.
So I thought long and hard about this one. And
Are we going overall selection? Like a wider range of foods, or just like what you personally want? Because I had a couple of answers. If
I think it's just what makes the best buffet, which I think arguably the correct. Now, this isn't my answer, but I think the correct answer is probably Panda Express because it's Chinese food. It's already in it's already buffets that like you could just do it.
You're ready for a buffet.
That's you just take off the sneeze guard and it's a buffet. Like all the food that's right there. That's it. But, and I'm gonna get hate on this, I know. Hear me out, Arby's. They have the meats, dude. It's just a meat buffet. Roast beef, ribs. Food? Arby's, yes.
Arby's is fast food.
But then you also get like the loaded potato bites and all that shit, dude. Like roast beef, ham, cheese, ribs. I told you I'm gonna get hate on it, but I thought about this. Arby's would make a sick buffet, dude. All those meats. It's like a charcuterie buffet.
I would probably take like Taco Bell. Would be absolutely nails because Taco Bell kind of already is a buffet in a lot of ways. You get like a box and it's just got like, here's every taco we made. Have that. It's got a taco and a burrito and the cinnamon twist for everybody. And it's got a bunch of that would be a sick buffet. I also think Chick-fil-A would probably be nails. An absolutely nails Chick-fil-A buffet.
It's basically just nuggets and chicken sandwiches though.
But now they got salads and shit. I wouldn't touch that, but just different kinds of nuggies. I'd be down for that. And then if we're going for variety, I wrote Whataburger or Jack in the Box because I think Whataburger, you can get all kinds of stuff. Like a Whataburger spread of everything they had would be pretty nuts. Jack in the Box also has a wide variety of different stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, though, I think, what do you think, Robert? Let's get
I want to know
your weigh in on this first.
My first thought was Chick-fil-A too. I know it's a limited selection, but still, it would.
But it's not though. Now they have salads and macaroni and cheese. Those
still a pretty short
commercials.
buffet though.
Can we talk about the Chick-fil-A commercials for a second? Because I feel like they're doing too much.
Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
They used to be like, I used to go to this Chick-fil-A and this is Molly and she was always my server. He always liked this milkshake and this sandwich. That was okay, I get that. Now they just have them orgasmically explaining the mac and cheese. It's just so cheesy and Mackie. And they just give weird descriptive words. And it's you went to fucking Chick-fil-A and you got the mac and cheese. You get the Chick-fil-A sandwich or you get the chicken nuggets. You get those two things or you're a weirdo, right?
Yeah.
I give you the chicken strips too. You go for breakfast. Okay, whatever. It's all fair game there. But when
nugget party tray is clutch.
Yeah. And that's just what I would imagine a Chick-fil-A buffet would be. It would just be 100 party trays just thrown on a table. I think it's weird that people they do the salad commercial one for it. It's what I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken salad is the chicken in it is just so crispy and tender, and you can taste it's an absolutely divine experience. Bitch, it's a fucking chicken sandwich. Just get a fucking a bunch of chicken nuggets. It's the same shit but better.
Hear me out. If you're gonna go Chick-fil-A,
Play the hits, Chick-fil-A.
What about just going Raising Cane's? Because them tendies be bussin'.
I mean, I don't hate Raising Cane's at all. I if I had to pick like chicken that I like the most, I would probably go Raising Cane's. But like Chick-fil-A is just clutch in so many situations. Raising Cane's would literally be toast, French fries, and those chicken strips would be the only thing you got. At least like you get like
and the coleslaw. But that's pretty much
you just throw that in the trash because coleslaw sucks. But like just be like you get little chicken nuggies, you get the chicken strips, you get the chicken sandwiches, you get the spicy chicken sandwiches. Now that you can throw all the weird stuff that they added in since then, whatever. Like you at least get like a sort of spread with like Raising Cane's. While if you were like, Alex, there's a Raising Cane's buffet, you want to go? I'm like, I would say absolutely, Pat. Let's go right now. I'll drive. Like I'm not turning away at any of these. Maybe Arby's if there was Long John Silver's one, I'd probably turn around at that. But like most of these places, I'm not turning around at all. I'm absolutely going with you. I just think you get like Chick-fil-A is more diverse, I guess, than Raising Cane's.
We also just stole Robert's time. He said the first thing that came to his mind was Chick-fil-A. Is that where you settled though, that you would go Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I think so. I like the Jack in the Box answer too, but
because there's so many. Like, you get breakfast all day.
Yeah,
you could get anything. McDonald's would be good at that too, but I was like, I don't want to pick McDonald's.
If there was a fast food wings
they don't
place,
sponsor us.
If there was a fast food wings place, I feel like that would be the answer. But it's just
wings aren't really fast food. I'm absolutely getting like Chili's would be the.
But it's not. And like I said, I think Arby's is a great answer. I knew I'd get hate on it, but I think the answer is though, and I'm going to switch back. I said I wasn't doing this. I think it's Panda Express. Chinese food is already like known for buffets. You just take off the sneeze guard and you have a buffet right there anyway. And they've got a very wide menu. You got rice, you got lo mein, you got orange chicken, you got Mongolian beef, you got like all that shit. I think Panda Express is the answer.
I'm gonna go Chick-fil-A, respectfully.
I think Panda makes a better buffet.
Panda Express is tight. But I mean, it's just like it's like a cheat almost. It's like you're built for a buffet.
Yeah, it is a cheat, but it's also I think the correct answer.
Well, Chick-fil-A is actually the correct answer because that's what Robert and I said. So
someone's gonna be like, "How did you guys not even bring up McDonald's?" Because McDonald's, we all fucking know.
I said McDonald's just a second ago, but I was like, I just didn't want to.
Yeah,
because they didn't sponsor us. So we said they could sponsor us.
Yeah, fuck them. Or somebody's gonna have another one. And be like,
tag them on all of our tweets, and then maybe they will.
I mean, BK could have been a decent one back when they had the chicken fries, but they don't do the chicken fries anymore. So just not enough.
I think they
not
enough
last variation. You went there.
It's been a long time since I've been to BK, but I have said this for years. The dollar burgers, BK always had the best ones. They're better than McDonald's dollar burgers.
When was the last time you went to BK?
Not too long ago. I would say honestly that Burger King is my favorite. But
it's sick, dude.
It's a little bit further away than like Chick-fil-A is to me.
Wendy's would be a good one too.
Wendy's would be good.
Frosties, my dude.
You know what I got somebody on this week that I hadn't done in a while or seen in a while, but it just felt good was somebody was like going off on Tessa on Instagram, and like they were like just like, well, you're not talking about this about like voting and this and that, and like how dare you do this? And I was like, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. That's all that always plays when somebody's being hysterical online, and you just sir, this is a Wendy's. Like every single time I'm going to belly laugh out of it because it's just like, what do you say back to that? Nothing. You don't have, there's no real response. You're like, I'm getting fucked with at this point, damn it. But just, it felt good. Like I had like I was just going to kind of troll, but I was like, no, just ma'am, this is Wendy's. Done. Send. Let's go. But yeah, Wendy's would be good too. Cause you get Frosties would be fucking nails. But yeah, these have all been some really great questions for the answer segment. Maybe
really good.
Maybe like if we had a best answers week, this would be in the running for it at the Gravies.
Very high up.
Thank you guys for submitting them to us. answer or at Pass the Gravy Pod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. That's how we'll search for them. I appreciate you guys listening to us, watching us. If you're just listening, go subscribe to the YouTube channel, Pass the Gravy Podcast on YouTube. If you're just watching us, go subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. Ideally, just subscribe to all of them. Just hit subscribe. It can't hurt. It helps us. And we appreciate if you guys would share us with a friend. If you want to support the pod and go buy some merch, passthegravymerch.com. You can get some awesome stuff there. And yeah, just share us with a friend. Like the podcast posts, retweet, share when we post about the episodes. It would really help us out, and it takes half a second. We really appreciate you guys giving us the time of day, and we love all you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. Again, shout out to everybody that was at the golf tournament, the Rod Ryan Show golf tournament that came out to the Gravy Hole. Shout out to Brett Brandon for helping set up everything. Greg McGee also helped out as well. We saw Ashley out there too, and Bro Brad. It was the guy that was responsible for us being able to have the Gravy Hole again. So thank you to everybody that helped out with the Gravy Hole at the Rod Ryan Show golf tournament last week. And you guys have a great rest of your week. Have a kick-ass weekend. Go fucking Giants. Let's go Giants. And until we talk to you guys next week, pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches!
Shorty had them apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She